right, parents. Go ahead and tuck the kids in. PG time is over.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Everything Paranormal Podcast Show 2021. This is episode 22. Holy crap. I'm your host, Paramike, and in the deep, dark dungeons of I don't give a fuck, but I tell it you like it is, she is the dark goddess herself.
Paralore.
Damn right. She's got some stuff to finish up, as far as I know. And
got like five paratainment to do.
Okay.
One about food to kind of close it off, and
so that'd be parafutricious.
Huh?
Parafutricious.
Yeah. And fucking I guess this could I don't know, we'll get to it.
Okay.
Let's see.
I know I got a couple of stories to do that I found.
Okay.
I ended up having to email myself, but I didn't get a chance to read them thoroughly. Due to the fact that beginning of this month was a very sad day.
Yeah.
Adobe Flash has died forever. Adobe Flash has died forever at the end of last month. So, that kind of hurts my webpage. And now I am in the middle of revising it again. Changing a few things, adding a few things, and have to come up with my own audio program coding so people can hear the show on our website.
Yeah.
And everything. And it's coming along pretty good. I don't know when it's going to be up yet. I still got a lot more stuff to do. But, yeah. Adobe Flash Player died. Which sucks. Which means now, I don't know who or what other company is going to come out with a Flash player like Adobe was, so we can have access to certain programs that require Adobe Flash and stuff like that. And if there's not one, well, then we are all fucked. Literally. So, for right now, I'm going to pass it over to Paralore in the Deep Dark Dungeon and everything, while I work on creating a YouTube video for episode 22. And get to my emails that I got, and probably do a little bit more work on the revised website while Paralore is still reading stuff. So
You gave your 2 cents into here and there.
Okay, I'll see what I can do.
Okay, first one, which I got from the Delight.com. Delight's actually spelled Deitite.
Okay.
The highest grossing R-rated movies in history. In other words, what movies that are R-rated made.
Or the crappiest R-rated made.
While movies that are an R rating from the Motion Picture Association of America tend to include some of the most critically acclaimed films of modern Hollywood, they can also struggle to make a dent at the box office. For example, of the 50 highest grossing movies in American history, only 3 are R-rated, and they are all in the bottom 10 of that list. Ooh, that's kind of bad. And did you know there's never been, which is actually something I've always thought of, there's never been an R-rated movie to earn more than $1 billion at the global box office, despite dozens of movies passing that threshold over the years.
They must have really sucked then.
Using numbers crunched by the experts at Box Office Mojo, I didn't know those people were experts. Here, let's see, a list of R-rated movies that have earned the most money in American theaters. as of June 17th last year, June 17th, 2019. Some are bound to surprise you. Let's see. Number 25, Air Force One, 1997.
Wasn't that Harrison Ford?
Yeah.
Okay.
He played the president
of the United States, yeah.
I mean, shit, anything with Harrison Ford, it's gonna make money.
Shoot, speaking of him, he's supposed to be coming back to do another Indiana Jones movie.
Huh?
He's supposed to be coming back to do another Indiana Jones movie.
I haven't heard anything on that.
I saw that 3 months ago.
The products and services mentioned, blah, blah, blah. Oh, okay. So, selected independent of sales and advertising. Let's see. Domestic gross, $173 million. In 1997, Titanic was the unquestioned king of the cinematic world. Not in my eyes. But Air Force One made some serious cash too. Harrison Ford vehicle, pun fully intended, was set aboard the world's most famous aircraft as terrorists hijacked it, forcing the president himself to kick some ass. Air Force One became the highest-grossing R-rated movie of 1997, edging out critical darlings as Good as It Gets. As Good as It Gets wasn't R-rated, it was PG-13. And it had Jack Nicholson in it. And Good Will Hunting, which had Robin Williams in. It went on to gross more than $313 million worldwide. Okay, number 24, 2019, Us. Let's see. Us, I never got a chance to see it, but I heard it was, almost like another, almost like a take on Doppelgangers. Due to the fact that, Dave Schrader from Doctor's Radio mentioned it. Because he did see it. Domestic gross, $175 million as of June 17, 2019. The newest movie on the list, Us, was still wrapping up its theatrical run as of publication time. I don't know if that's even a thing. Let's see. This psychological horror movie from Oscar-winning writer-director Jordan Peele follows a family who is terrorized by their own doppelgangers. So far, it's the highest-grossing R-rated movie of 2019. It's also been hailed as one of the year's most acclaimed movies, ranking up an impressive 94% fresh score at Rotten Tomatoes. That's actually, that means critics from Rotten Tomatoes thought it was really, really good. I mean, the Rotten Tomatoes. The Rotten Tomatoes critic website on movies. They don't normally give 94% of a score on horror films.
No, they don't.
I mean, they do, but it's rare. This apparently is one of those rare moments. In 2017, number 23 is Get Out. I don't think I saw that movie either, but I think I did see it on Netflix before I got rid of it. More like, not see it on Netflix, but the trailer. And it didn't really strike me as, oh, that's something to watch. Domestic gross of Get Out is $176 million. Speaking of Jordan Peele, okay, that's one of his other movies then. The movie that made him one of Hollywood's hottest directors, bet you 10 to 1 he can't beat fucking Steven Spielberg, also ranks among the highest grossing movies that are rated R, or that were rated R. One Shot, if you're over 21, One Shot. Get Out was about a man's horrifying vacation, visiting his girlfriend's rural family home, and discovering a sinister secret about them. That usually happens. Not usually, but sometimes. The movie was a massive hit with audiences and critics, even becoming the rare horror film to win an Oscar. I think Friday the 13th beat that one. I ain't talking to reboot. Friday the 13th won a fucking Oscar. Get Out stands as the highest grossing movie ever for Blumhouse Productions. That's probably why I didn't really care for it. The studio behind popular horror flicks like The Purge. That's really not considered a horror. That's more considered like a psychological. And, of course, Paranormal Activity. Now, I will say this. The first Paranormal Activity even though it was shot like it was low budget. In fact, it only circled around 2 fucking individuals, mainly. The way they did Paranormal Activity, it was really good. Even Paramike was surprised at it. That it was actually... They made it look legit, even though they were trying to, pull off that it happened on true events. But people, called their bullshit after they tried looking for that shit, and there was nothing.
Yeah, Paranormal Activity 1 was really good.
Yeah,
I give credit.
It was. Especially the ending. You couldn't, Okay, my first time seeing that movie, I was actually at home at, my brother's house in Florida. I was, kind of nursing, a sprained ankle for a couple weeks from a wrestling match I was in. And he decided to rent, Paranormal Activity from freaking Redbox. I can give credit where it's due. The first Paranormal Activity, it did have that suspense factor that you don't really see much anymore. I mean, my first time watching it, I could kind of tell the way that the ending was. You know, the girl gets up, she goes somewhere, and I'm thinking, and I literally said out loud, oh, this dude's dead. He's dead. Sounded like a banshee scream I used to do, but not as high. He goes out there and went, oh yeah, I was right, he's dead. And kinda, due to the fact, I think Alex, he started arguing with me, saying, no way, you never saw this movie, how can you tell this fucker's gonna die yet? Oh, I can tell! It's supposed to be about a haunting, where one of the people involved in the movie, as an actor, is gonna get fucking possessed. And, funny thing is, I didn't realize Paramike was holding a stopwatch to see how long it would take for me to be right. He got up to 8 seconds and I was fucking right. Due to the fact the dude flew backwards at the camera. And I think that was starting to kind of push Alex to be more of a heel to turn against his own sister, even though it kind of worked as a storyline.
Something like that.
I mean, I kind of kickstarted that by going, I went to college to do horror films. Who knows their fucking horror? I went to college as part of that as my course. No offense, bro, but you went to beauty school. Anyway.
Yeah, but like I said...
But Paranormal Activity, the first one, that was good.
Yeah, it was good.
The second one...
The second, the third, and the fourth, please. It was a fucking joke on the whole damn thing afterwards.
Well, not only that, it had the same fucking chick from the first one playing whatever her name is, who just stands there.
Yeah. It was ridiculous and it was stupid.
Well, the second one, it was more like a half and half for me. I mean, half of it was little wishy-washy. Then the other half was actually good.
Not for me, it wasn't.
No, you're not in a really horror film.
It was just a snore.
Well, the third one, if you think about it, that was more of a prequel.
They made the third one into a fucking comedy.
Not even.
Oh, please.
I mean, Paranormal 4, kind of out of the loop out of the Paranormal Activity series. Anyway, moving on. 1998, There's Something About Mary, which is at number 22. $176.5 million. The year 1998 was a big one for R-rated blockbusters, as movies with that rating made up 2 of the top 3 biggest earners. There's Something About Mary was the 3rd highest grossing movie of 1998 and became the highest grossing R-rated comedy ever when it was released. It starred Cameron Diaz as the titular woman who had a long list of obsessed male suitors. It turned Diaz and co-star Ben I'm an Idiot Stiller into major stars and went on to rank in nearly $370 million worldwide. Now, like some people growing up in the 80s and 90s, you remember Saturday Night Live. Saturday Night Live in the 80s, it was actually good, because they had really good actors. Freaking Adam Sandler, Mike Myers, of course, you don't really see him in anything anymore. Since Austin Powers 3, I wonder why, because Beyonce probably killed it since that movie. David Spade, Chris Rock, I don't know. I want to say Eddie Murphy, but I think he just co-hosted once.
He co-hosted once, but he was a part of SNL.
Okay, on David Farley. Or Chris Farley,
Chris
sorry.
Farley, yeah. Rest his soul.
In the 90s...
Oh, you also forgot Adam Carolla.
I thought he co-hosted it.
Nope, he was part of the SNL crew.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. But when the 90s kicked in, and you start seeing, like, freaking Ben Stiller and Chris Fallon, or Kevin Fallon, whatever his fucking name is.
Talking about Jimmy Fallon?
Huh?
Jimmy Fallon?
Yeah. For some reason, I don't know what the fuck... not only that, Chris Kattan.
Jimmy Fallon was the original part of SNL as well before he did his talk show.
I know. But Ben Stiller and Chris Kattan, I don't know what the fuck it was. I could not stand those two. I mean, if you're gonna do a fucking comedy skit, at least make it funny. Not just, what the fuck am I looking at?
Yeah, I remember that segment. It looked like something from Mad Max TV. Or the comic book.
Yeah. Well, I remember Ben Stiller, movie Dodgeball. That was the fucking reason I could not stand that fucker.
With Vince Vaughn.
Okay. Number 21, 1990, we go to Pretty Woman. Pretty Woman.
Julia the whore, no tits, Roberts.
Domestic gross is $178.4 million. As a genre, romantic comedies are almost never, I'm actually going to repeat, never rated R, and in 1990, that was virtually unprecedented. Pretty Woman, which saw Julia Roberts as a hooker, who earned the love of a wealthy man played by Richard Gere, proved R-rated romance could make massive money with a smart script, a gifted director, and great actors. How is Julia Roberts even a great actor? It was the highest grossing R-rated movie in 1990, by a wide margin. How wide's the margin? Crushing action blockbusters like Die Hard 2 and Total Recall. Foreign audiences liked it even more, netting it, of course, the net amount is an additional $285 million overseas. I'm sorry, understand Pretty Woman was good for its time, but being a Bruce Willis fan as I am, I'm sorry, that Pretty Woman does not beat Die Hard 2 by a long shot. I'd like to know where the Delight.com got that fucking gross from.
Pretty hooker has no damn tits. Pretty hooker, she looks like a twig. Pretty hooker.
Sorry, I had to throw that in
It's
there.
okay. Number 2 on
It's going in my head. It's just decided to throw in a little song. Sorry.
Number 20, we got The Reverend in 2015. I heard of it, but I never saw it. And of course, it had Leonardo DiCaprio in it.
That's probably why.
Oh, no. Let's see, the domestic gross, $183.6 million in 2015.
Who the hell did he whack off?
Hang on. This Oscar-winning epic, which told the true story of a frontiersman's quest for revenge on his former companions, stands as the third highest-grossing movie in the storied career of star Leonardo DiCaprio. The Reverend was the top-earning R-rated movie of the year 2015, grossing nearly $20 million more than 50 Shades of Grey in American theaters. Okay, I could give The Reverend at least something good. It beat fucking 50 Shades of Grey. What's more impressive is how much money The Reverend made overseas, swelling its global total to nearly $533 million. So, The Reverend, starring Leonardo DiCaprio, beat fucking 50 Shades of Grey. The guy's a pretty good actor. I'm surprised he never got an Oscar yet.
But still hasn't beaten Titanic that he was on.
No, he was not. His role was nominated, but some type of critic media thing hinted that Leonardo DiCaprio wasn't gonna win the Oscar for Best Actor.
Yeah, I know.
And he didn't show up. I don't blame him.
Neither do I. But it's surprising that The Reverend beat 50 Shades of Grey.
I know.
But it didn't beat the Titanic.
No shit. Well, actually,
do you see the double shaded side of that whole thing?
Yeah, I see the double-sided.
It beats 50 Shades of Grey movie, but it doesn't even come close to Titanic.
No, it doesn't. Well,
Which is sad.
I don't know how much globally Titanic made. I only know in the US it made $170-something million. Just at the opening box. But overall, I don't know what it made.
Let me see if I could find it.
for the entire fucking time.
Let me see if I can find it on Wikipedia here.
I want to see it, but my high school film class that was taught by Mrs. LaForge made me see it for an assignment. And I wanted to fucking scream. Probably because of the voice of Celine Dion. Not saying Celine Dion ain't a good singer, it's just her music's not for me. I'm sorry. Hearing that goddamn song on the radio over and over,
Yeah.
I'm surprised I still have my hair.
Let's see. The budget was $200 million.
Yeah.
At the box office, it was $2.195 billion. That's billion with a B. They made more than what they thought the budget was going to be.
Yeah.
Which
okay,
is
well, here's the
shocking.
question. Did Titanic actually outbeat Goosebumps? Is the question.
Okay, let me go back.
Due to fact, 2 Goosebump movies, it's like at $250 million. All because of fucking a goddamn dummy who's supposed to be a fucking psychotic doll. Or a psychotic dummy. And the fucking thing doesn't even do shit.
Let's see.
So, shout out to Aaron Fraser Nash who came up with that one.
Okay. Budget for the Goosebumps movie.
Yeah.
$58 to $84 million.
Yeah, due to fact half of it was animated, I think.
At the box office, it made $158.3 million.
Okay, so that sums it up. It did beat Titanic.
No, it didn't.
Oh, did?
No.
Oh, okay.
Box office, it made $158.3 million. Okay? Box office for the Titanic, the movie, which was 195 minutes long, was $2.195 billion.
Yeah. Shit, on a 2-sided Titanic disc.
And it's funny that the running time for both movies are the same.
Huh?
It's funny that both movies' running time is the same. Titanic movie was 195 minutes.
Which in reality, it's all about 4 hours. 4 hours and some odd minutes long.
This one ran for 103 minutes.
Okay, so it's a little over 3.5.
Yeah.
Just under 4 hours. But a lot of the, well, I know the budget, a lot of it was computer generated.
Yeah, it came out, the release in Europe was June 24th.
Is R.L. Stein a woman for an author, or is she a guy? Or is it a guy?
Crap, hold on.
Due to the fact they got Jack Black playing R.L. Stein.
It's a gentleman.
It's a guy? Okay.
It's a guy. And and looking at his picture, he almost looks like Slappy, just without the liver spots.
To be honest, I don't know why the fuck some people be afraid of Slappy.
Yeah.
A fucking talking dummy, you just kick it across the fucking room and out the window.
Yeah. RL stands for Robert Lawrence Stein, born October 8th, 1943, age 77, and he's our next door neighbor.
Ha? Well, really?
Yeah, he lives in Columbus, Ohio.
Is he still alive?
According to Wikipedia, he is.
Oh, okay. Number 19. This came out in 2000. Gladiator with Russell Crowe.
After a fucking TV show. That was on ABC at night at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah.
7 Central. The stupidest thing that they could ever do to make a TV show into a fucking movie.
Yeah.
Which is also a ripoff of, what's that other movie there?
Well, I think...
Spartan.
Spartacus.
Well, no, there's Spartan, which was an
Spartan
old classic movie way back before our time.
Yeah, I know that, but Spartan doesn't really quite come close to Spartacus, let alone Gladiator. I know, because I had to see it in fucking college.
Well, they're both were basically identical.
In a way, yeah.
I mean, you had, the warriors
Yeah.
on one side, and you had the enemy warriors on the other side. American Gladiators, the TV show that was on ABC,
yeah, Gladiator, yeah.
Same thing. You had the American Gladiators on one side, and you had a bunch of dumb idiots that think they could take them down or get past them, but yet, duh. And now this.
Wait, I think also in 2000 they We Were Alcatraz was doing their first WrestleMania in Los Angeles, where some of the wrestlers would impersonate other roles from movies. And of course, Austin would be shown as Gladiator. Okay. Domestic gross for Gladiator in 2000, $187.7 million. Let's see. Epic revenge movie. Shocking. If you couldn't tell by the fucking name Gladiator, you really don't know shit. Holds the distinction of being the highest grossing R-rated movie to ever win Best Picture at the Oscars. On top of that, it won 5 Oscars in total and helped to make Russell Crowe, who starred as the Roman gladiator Maximus, into a massive star. Russell Crowe was an actor way before that. The fact that he secretly was actually married to Goldie Hawn. Gladiator was the highest grossing R-rated movie of the 2000s, and thanks to a $460 million worldwide total, was the second highest grossing movie at the global box office that year. Which would explain why it won 5 Oscars in one night. Number 18 for 2014, 22 Jump Street, starring Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum. Who was actually in Magic Mike 1 and 2. I did see that in the movie section of Walmart. I'm surprised I didn't grab it. All because Fluffy, Gabriel Iglesias, was actually in the movie. In both of them, actually. Domestic gross for 22 Jump Street, $191.7 million. I love how it starts. This buddy comedy, starring Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum as undercover cops, was an even bigger smash than its predecessor, 2012's 21 Jump Street. Its nearly $192 million gross topped the originals by more than $50 million in America alone. According to Box Office Mojo, still don't know how that's credible, it's the highest grossing R-rated movie ever set on a college campus, which puts it atop some elite company like National Lampoon's Animal House. Try saying that to some people who are fans of James Belushi. And The Social Network. Number 17, 1991. Terminator 2, Judgment Day. Wait, how was that a freaking R-rated? Okay, domestic gross, $206 million. Director James Cameron has made some of the highest grossing movies in history, including Titanic, makes me want to snore, and Avatar. But the 1991 sci-fi classic Terminator 2, Judgment Day, is his top-earning R-rated film. The lifetime domestic gross of $206 million, earned by Terminator 2, has been acclaimed over multiple theatrical releases, but it was a massive hit from the jump. It was the world's highest grossing movie, regardless of the MPAA rating. In 1991, by a wide margin, and is still the biggest cash cow of the long-running Terminator franchise. Okay. Number 16, in 2005, we go to Wedding Crashers. Which starred Owen Wilson, Vince Vaughn, and Christopher Walken. I don't remember seeing Christopher Walken in that movie. 2009. Okay, domestic gross. 209.2 million. The year 2005 saw some major R-rated releases, including the 40-year-old version, Brokeback Mountain, who starred the late Heath Ledger, and Saw 2. Saw 2 made me want to fucking sleep. But it was Wedding Crashers that easily ruled them all at the box office. This comedy saw Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson star as a pair of ruthless bachelors who routinely crashed strangers' weddings in order to sleep with women. I could have sworn something like that was on fucking World's Dumbest once. According to Box Office Mojo, Wedding Crashers is the second highest grossing movie ever to involve a wedding in its primary storyline, topping hits like Bridesmaids and Mamma Mia. Number 15 in 2007 was 300. Mike actually saw that on Netflix once. He thought it was going to actually put him to sleep. And he actually liked it. Domestic gross for 300. $210.6 million. When it debuted in 2007, 300 became the highest grossing R-rated movie ever based on a comic book. Was that even a comic book? Well, Spartacus sure as hell looked like one, the way the fight scenes were. It has since lost that title, but the 210 million it pulled in. That's what he said. Made it by the year's top earning R-rated film, and the only one in the overall top 10 for 2007. It told a fictionalized. If you don't know what that means, fictionalized is the same as fiction. It's never happened. It's just a story. Compared to nonfiction, which is actually reality, or true shit. And heavily stylized account on a famous Persian war battle where heavily outnumbered Greek soldiers took on Persian forces. In total, 300 made more than 450 million at the worldwide box office. Number 14, 2018, A Star is Born. Let's see, domestic gross, it made $215.3 million. The highest grossing musical on this list, and one of the very few R-rated musicals ever made. A Star is Born somehow pulled in more than 215.3 million, despite never being the top movie at the box office for any weekend of its run. Director Bradley Cooper and his co-star, Lady Gaga, combined for incredible chemistry in this story about a self-destructive musician and his protege. In addition to making serious cash, A Star is Born was one of 2018's most acclaimed movies, eventually winning an Oscar. Number 13, Saving Private Ryan, 1998. Domestic gross was 217 million. Cinematic icons Steven Spielberg and Tom Hanks have combined their powers for 4 movies over the years, and 1998 Saving Private Ryan was by far their biggest hit so far. This World War II blockbuster, which featured a gruesome and intense reenactment of the D-Day landings at Normandy, ended up being the highest grossing movie of 1998 in America, regardless of the MPAA rating. Perhaps more surprising is that Saving Private Ryan did so well with foreign audiences, who contributed an additional $265 million to its worldwide total. Number 12. Ted. If you don't know what that is, it's the talking bear. It's the foul-mouthed talking bear in 2012. What, dear?
God.
I prefer to watch Paul myself. Domestic gross, $218.8 million. What's the highest grossing movie in the ever-popular slacker/stoner subgenre? And here's the answer. According to Box Office Mojo, none of them ever got higher than Ted.
Hey, he was a fucking stuffed bear. Of course he can get high. He can beat anybody. Fucking rip off a Scooby-Doo with Shaggy and Scooby.
He could have, yeah, but I think the movie Paul made more, but I don't know if it's in the list. This 2012 comedy starred Mark Wahlberg and his character's childhood teddy bear, which was alive and voiced by Seth MacFarlane, who I believe did Family Guy.
Yep. He did the voice of Stewie.
Okay, yeah. Lightning.
And outside of that, he's also did a Star Trek show on CBS.
I don't know. You know, I didn't really watch Star Trek, so I don't know.
Well, I didn't know that he did it until it started popping up on YouTube, and I started watching a little bit of it, and I was like, holy crap. Although the spaceship that he is the captain of looks like it has, like, 3 giant-sized asses on the back of it. I was like, are you serious?
Well, you know the old saying, lightning can strike twice? Not for 2015's Ted 2. It didn't strike twice. Ted 2 grossed just $81 million domestically. Roughly a third of what its predecessor earned.
Shocking.
Number 11, Logan, 2017. If you don't know who the fuck Logan is by now...
Hang on, because there's 2 different types.
Yeah.
There's Paul Logan.
Nope.
Logan Paul.
Nope.
And then you have the Jack, I can't remember his last name, that played Logan on the X-Men as Wolverine.
That's what I'm looking at.
Okay.
Logan 2017. Domestic gross, $226.3 million. Which, in other words, Wolverine is actually the most liked out of the X-Men. And I'm not a Marvel fan. Not saying they ain't good comics, movies, whatever, but it was never really a Marvel. DC? Okay, now we're talking. Taking the beloved X-Men character of Wolverine in a dark new direction proved to be a great move. Logan, which saw Hugh Jackman playing an aging, even more gruff version of his iconic superhero role, was a massive hit in 2017, earning more than most of the PG-13 rated X-Men movies that had come before it. Logan ended up being one of the most acclaimed comic book movies also, raking up a 93% grade from critics at Rotten Tomatoes. 1973, and this is at number 10. If you don't know what the fuck this is, you really don't know your horror, and you need to get out from under the rock and go see it. The Exorcist. I mean, I know there was one that came out some years later, and I believe in early 2000s, but that was just the movie being re-released on DVD with added features that they originally couldn't put in the movie. Domestic gross $233 million. The MPAA's R rating has been around since the system was created in 1970. Oh, so it was an appointed body and not elected. Just a few years before, The Exorcist would become the first R-rated movie to rule the box office. This horror classic, which tells the story of a young girl's intense exorcism, held the record as the highest-grossing R-rated movie for 11 years. And it held the record for R-rated horror films for more than 40 years. According to Box Office Mojo, when ticket prices are adjusted for inflation, The Exorcist is the highest-grossing R-rated movie in history by a mile, earning nearly $1 billion in theaters since 1973. In other words, that beat, I don't know, Amityville Horror, want to say it's tied with Jaws and The Shining, but I could be wrong. Number 9, if you don't know this movie of the 80s, you really don't know your 80s. Beverly Hills Cop, 1984. Domestic grossed $234.8 million. It took until 1984 for something to unseat The Exorcist as the highest grossing R-rated film ever, and Beverly Hills Cop got it done by a hair. This Eddie Murphy comedy action vehicle was a massive hit, becoming the first R-rated film to ever be a year's highest grossing movie overall, earning even more money than powerhouses like Ghostbusters. I think they might want to iterate that one, because Paramike just got that pissed off look in his eyes. And Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Its 2 sequels, which each made far less money than the first one, leaving Beverly Hills Cop to hold the crown as the highest grossing R-rated movie to be released before the year 2000.
Shenanigans! Malarkey! Bullshit!
Here, Mike's open the window. It's starting to get a little hot in the office. But, well, then again, Ghostbusters was PG. That's PG, not R-rated. Beverly Hills Cop was R-rated.
Yeah, because there was swearing in it, and there was naked chicks.
Not only that, there was also sexual innuendos in it.
Yeah.
And double entendres.
Actually, there's more than double entendres.
Yeah.
It was more like
Oh, come on.
quadruple entendres.
A fucking banana in the tailpipe? That's a fucking that's a fucking double entendre.
No, that's fucking genius. There's a difference.
Number 8. I can't believe this is even on the list. That came out in 2011, The Hangover Part 2. I thought that was stupid.
Yeah, it was. The first
I
one was
don't know
stupid.
why.
The second one was
It
stupid.
just ate me. I mean, I like comedies, but it's got to have the right comedy actors in it.
Yeah. Due to the fact that one of the actors is on The Masked Singer.
As a judge.
And he's still not funny.
I'm kidding. He's funny. He's funny when someone makes fun of him. Domestic gross for Hangover Part 2. $254.5 million. I think there's an error there. One of the highest grossing comedy sequels ever, regardless of MPAA rating, The Hangover Part 2 just fell short of the domestic gross of 2009's The Hangover, but it actually surpassed the original at the worldwide box office. Stars Brandy Cooper, Ed Helms, and Zach Galifianakis returned, and audiences were happy to join them again in the theaters across the world. All of the movies that have ever opened on a Thursday, that's a first. Usually movies open on a Friday. The Hangover Part 2 had the third highest opening night gross in history, ranking only behind movies in the Star Wars and Matrix franchise. You want to piss off some Star Wars fanatics? There you go! Piss them off that way!
In order for that movie to make that much,
And that's
there
just
had to have been a lot of stupid people.
Not only that, it's also the second one. The first one's underneath it.
I know. I was talking about the second one.
Oh, yeah. Well, save that. Number 7, The Hangover 2009. Domestic gross $277.3 million. Speaking of The Hangover, the 2009 original was one of the highest surprise comedy hits in recent memory. Where, I don't know. It followed a ragtag group of guys at a Las Vegas bachelor party where they lose the groom-to-be and have to track him down. It ended up being the highest grossing R-rated movie of 2009 and the 6th highest of the year overall, topping the domestic earnings of hits like Star Trek and Taken. Okay, the first one made $277.3. The second one, $254.5. I see something wrong there. The second one, the second Hangover made less.
Yeah.
Than the first one. So how the fuck is that one of the highest?
Like I said, a lot of stupid people. Must not have something going good in their lifestyle.
Number 6, The Matrix Reloaded 2003. Paramount actually seen every Matrix movie. What's your emphasis on The Matrix Reloaded?
I thought it was really fucking good.
Well, you do know there's quite a bit of freaking CGI in that shit.
Oh, yeah, I know, but that was like one of the best CGIs I've ever seen out of other CGIs that were really fucking crappy. This one was really fucking good. And they're supposed to be coming out with another one. Matrix 4. Starring the same character.
No shit, Keanu Reeves. That's like the only thing he can really stick himself into right now. or since.
Well, he did do the.
Well, I know he did a movie called The Placements, but
Well, he did. He did. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures again.
yeah, I know, but I don't know. Keanu Reeves, he doesn't really strike me as somebody memorable. And when it comes to actors. Domestic gross, $281.6 million. In 2003, the long-awaited sequel to 1999's The Matrix was released to eager audiences who made it a record breaker that earned more than $100 million over the original's massive take. The Matrix Reloaded ended up passing Beverly Hills Cop to become the highest grossing R-rated movie ever. It wouldn't hold that record long, but it would be the highest grossing R-rated sequel for 15 years. The year 2003 saw landmark movies like The Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. Yeah, I think that movie is what beat it. Finding Nemo, which I didn't bother watching. And Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl. But The Matrix Reloaded had the biggest opening weekend of that year. Yeah, that's the opening weekend. You're not counting the rest of it. Number 5. Okay, now we're at the bottom 5. Deadpool 2, 2018. Okay, Deadpool, it wasn't bad. It was actually good. I mean, again, I'm not a Marvel, but Deadpool, it was good.
It was hilarious. I give it that.
The second one was funny too.
Oh yeah.
Huh?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Supposed to be a third one, but
Except most of 2 really didn't make sense for certain scenes, which was
Yeah.
kind of weird for me. I just got
yeah,
like
it's
totally
supposed
lost off
to
of
be
it.
Deadpool versus Wolverines next.
Yeah, but it's like I said, Deadpool 2 did not, in certain scenes, did not make any sense whatsoever. Outside of one which made total sense through the whole thing.
Domestic gross, $324.6 million. Not only is Deadpool 2 the highest grossing R-rated sequel in history, it also currently holds the record as the highest grossing R-rated movie in worldwide box office history. It collected nearly $800 million globally, but its $324 million take in America is what lands it high on the list. In a year that saw plenty of audience-pleasing blockbusters, Deadpool 2 earned more money than hits like Mission Impossible Fallout. Thank God, something actually beat that stupid shit. Bohemian Rhapsody, and Ralph Breaks the Internet. Number 4. 2017, the movie It. Not the TV, the movie. Like I said, I did see it. I'm not saying it was a bad movie. It had its parts. But the rapid movement made me feel like I was drunk after a keg party. And would not be something Mike could be able to see.
Definitely not.
Well, there wasn't much flashing. It was just a lot of quick movements in the camera angles.
Yeah. That would have triggered it.
Domestic gross, $327.5 million. A complete monster at the box office, 2017's It became the highest grossing horror movie in history, regardless of the of the MAAA rating, with its $327 million grab, a pleaser of audiences and critics, it also easily became the highest grossing movie ever based on a book by Stephen King, which includes a long list of films. It'll only be a matter of time before we see if the sequel, which did arrive in theaters 2019, was anywhere near the kind of hit the Juggernaut predecessor was. Some people could say I'm more of a nostalgic classic type, but I'm sorry. I don't give a shit if it was just a movie version from the TV version. But Tim Curry is by far the better. Even though Tim Curry gave the person who took on the role of it his blessing. But even he said in a Q&A that his it role was to be challenged. And I don't know if it did. Number 3, American Sniper 2014. Domestic gross $350.1 million. This is Bradley Cooper's 5th movie on this list, which I think makes him the all-time king of R-rated blockbusters. No, I doubt it. American Sniper was the Oscar-nominated true story of Chris Kyle, the most effective sniper in U.S. military history. It proved deadly at the box office. That's a bit of a bad pun. Becoming only the second R-rated movie at the time to earn at least $300 million domestically. Perhaps most impressively, American Sniper is the highest grossing movie in Warner Brothers studio history that doesn't involve a superhero or Harry Potter.
Until the biggest backflash ever been done.
Yeah.
Because the star of that movie,
Yeah.
somehow got in trouble with the United States of America, and he's been on the news that I remembered a few years back because of that movie.
Okay. We just talked about Deadpool 2. Number 2 on the list is Deadpool 2016. Domestic gross $363 million. Audiences were clearly ready for an R-rated superhero when Deadpool hit theaters in 2016 and broke a ton of records. Currently, this Ryan Reynolds starring flick holds several all-time marks, including the highest grossing R-rated superhero movie ever, and the biggest opening weekend for any R-rated movie. It's also the highest grossing X-Men movie ever, which puts it atop a tall heap of hit movies, with most of them were rated PG-13. Deadpool came within 7 million of breaking the all-time record for R-rated movies at the American box office. Okay, it made $363 million. Let's see. Deadpool 2 made $324.6 million. Actually, it made the same amount. Oh, God. And number 1, that came out in 2004, The Passion of Christ. Or, as it says, the Passion of the Christ. The domestic gross, $370.8 million. Holding the throne for more than 15 years, director Mel Gibson's controversial 2004 film, The Passion of the Christ, is the top-earning R-rated film in American history. It's also the highest-grossing Christian movie ever made. I'm gonna shut up. According to Box Office Mojo, pulling in even more cash than Disney's family-friendly The Chronicles of Narnia series, its $370 million domestic puts it at the 42nd highest grossing movie in history, showing just how far off the pace even the biggest R-rated blockbusters are when compared to less harshly rated movies. I said it before, and I'm saying it again. I'm going to stick with being a witch. Okay, I'm gonna take a breather so I can have a smoke and a drink and a sip of my soda. Paramike can read some of your news stories that you got.
Okay. Well, once in a while when I play my video games and everything, I like to go to a website for like cheat codes or a walkthrough. Normally cheat codes will be cheatcodes.com. Walkthroughs, I go to IGN.com for walkthroughs of certain video games that I have for PS3. But this one caught my eye on IGN, which is kind of surprising, and this was a couple of days back.
Okay.
It has to talk about the Suicide Squad.
Oh, okay.
And in big, giant-sized letters here, and this was on the 5th of this month.
It's supposed to be coming out this year.
Yeah. The Suicide Squad is finished.
Filming?
Hold on. James Gunn praises Warner's for being creatively amazing.
Uh-huh.
Now, that last part is in quotations. I don't know about that. The DC movie will be released in theaters and on HBO Max in August.
Okay, so it comes out in August. Or is it the one on HBO going to be like later after the theaters?
I don't know. We'll find out. James Gunn has confirmed that the Suicide Squad is now fully finished.
Okay.
And praises Warner Brothers for not even slightly interfering with the movie.
That's shocker. Warner Brothers not interfering in a fucking movie with their fucking title on it.
Talking to Twitter, Gunn replied to a fan who asked whether the studio was heavily involved with the Suicide Squad.
Okay.
Unfortunately, the person that wrote this put a period instead of a question mark. In response, the director explained how he was given total creative freedom on the project, making every single choice himself, as Warner gave very few notes, and it was the choice whether to take them on board or not. He also confirmed that the movie has now reached completion.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm wondering how bad John Cena is in the movie. And I'm not talking bad in a good way.
Yeah, seeing his character was very, very creepy.
Well, he was playing like a douchey Captain America type.
Yeah, called the Peacemaker.
Yeah, not to mention how he was pitched it. Oh, think of it as a douchey Captain America type. He's like, I'm sold. Without even really getting pitched to it.
Yeah. The Suicide Squad for the DCEU is one of several major Warner Brother movies that will be released in theaters and on HBO Max simultaneously this year. And with Carte Blanchett?
Yeah.
Blanche. And that's in quotations. To kill off any Suicide Squad members he wanted, to even Harley Quinn.
What?
Gunn has loaded up the movie with cannon fodder obscurities like Blackguard,
Yeah.
Javelin, Polka Dot Man,
Yeah.
Savant, and more. Two to three of the stupidest names ever, if not four. Or more. There's a YouTube trailer here, but it's only a 1 minute and 51 seconds long. It says the Suicide Squad official cast revealed. So you can type that in YouTube search bar and just look for that one.
Yeah.
It will be the picture of Harley Quinn. Looks like a flat Barbie doll that got run over by a car or a truck. Goes on, in the DC Comics, the Suicide Squad gained a reputation for having an increasingly high body count.
Okay.
A trend that continued in the anti-hero team's various other incarcerations and adaptations.
Yeah.
With every member of the squad being expendable, once again, ooh, you gotta throw that in there. No one can be sure who will survive Gunn's soft reboot. Though there are plenty of contenders. Soft reboot. There's something you will never hear in somebody's sentence.
No.
Or a paragraph about a movie and its characters. The movie stars Idris Elba, if I said that name right, as Bloodsport. Stupid name. Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. Yay.
That's a plus, actually.
Joel.
She does really good as Harley Quinn.
Oh, yeah. Joel Kinnaman as Rick Flag.
Oh, I don't know.
John Cena as Peacemaker. Another stupid fucking character. Viola Davis as Amanda Waller. Sorry, but that's a two-faced person for a character.
Yeah,
Supposed to be trusted, but yet she backstabs you in your ass.
She likes it, though.
Jai Courtney as Captain Boomerang.
He was good.
Another fucking stupid character's name.
He was in he was in Suicide Squad, the other one. He was actually pretty good and funny.
I just thought he was a stuck up asshole. But not named Captain Boomerang.
Oh, yeah. David
D as Polka Dot Man.
That
Makes me want to go find the polka song and just to throw it up here just for that. Every time I have to say David D as Polka Dot Man and just hit the song.
That's why I never wear anything with polka dots.
Daniela M as
What?
Ratcatcher the Second. Another stupid fucking name.
If you think about it, it's like a female version of the Rat King and Teenage Ninja Turtles. The original, not the other one.
This is a guy.
I know that.
You called him a her.
I'm saying she's the female version. The
Ratcatcher
being a female.
is a dude.
Oh, it is.
Yes. Not a female name. Sounds like a female name, spelled like a female's name, but it's not a female. It's a dude playing Ratcatcher the Second, which is not something for Suicide Squad unless you have Batman in there. Ratcatcher is a Batman villain,
Probably why they put him in there.
which died years ago.
Apparently not.
Steve Agree as King Shark.
Okay, I think I've heard of him.
The cousin of Killer Croc, maybe? Dude, in fact, they
Well,
both
Killer
swim in
Shark's
water.
supposed to be like a version of, supposed to be like someone's big ass head for a great white.
Yeah, that's what I said. I wonder if King Shark is the cousin of Killer Croc.
Well, Killer Croc ain't in that one, I don't think.
No. And John E. Sean Gunn as Weasel. A fucking animal? Seriously? Oh, I can't even say this name. F-U-L-L-A. I'm sorry. F-L-U-L-A Borg
I don't know.
as Javelin. Nathan Fullen as TDK.
Don't know.
The Dick Knocker. The Dingleberry Cooker. The Dangle King. Peter Capella as the Thinker.
Uh-huh.
What you gonna do? Do like the statue? Just sit there and think? Look like an idiot? Pete Davidson.
Okay.
Former boyfriend of Ariana Grande.
Yeah.
And SNL character that looks like he's on some type of fucking drugs left and right. As Blackguard.
Sucks they couldn't get Will Smith to come back, though. As Deadshot.
I can't wait to see that character in this movie. Alice B. as Sol Soria. I think I said that right. Soria. Soria.
Yeah. Speaking of Bloodsport, there was a movie with Vin Diesel as Bloodsport.
Mei-Ling Ng. Sorry, I can't pronounce foreign people's names like that. As Mongel. Juan Diego Batoa, or whatever, B-O-T-T-O, as Luna. And Michael Rooker as Savant. Stupidest fucking names ever for half these idiots.
Yeah.
Sorry. DC Extended Universe, every upcoming movie. Yeah. You got the guy from the Twilight Zone, or no. Is this the Twilight Zone?
What?
No. Twilight, the saga.
Twilight, yeah.
That, I don't know if he was a vampire or a
Robert
werewolf, I can't
Pattinson,
remember.
yeah.
They got him up here looking like Batman.
Of course.
That movie's gonna suck.
Well, that got put on hold because Robert Pattinson was positive. For
Yeah, and when they
CV.
had him in the suit and everything, it did not look right.
No, the suit made him... Well,
The suit looked like
if
it
you
was
look
eating
at Robert
him.
Pattinson, You know he's like a short guy. But seeing him in the Batman suit,
Looks like the damn
you
suit
know
was eating his
they
ass.
got him in fucking lifts.
Not just that. It looks like
Batman's supposed to be like a tall guy, not fucking
even though it looks like the damn suit was eating him.
No shit. I mean, if they had Joker in the fucking thing, Joker would be taller.
No shit. John Cena could probably play a better Batman because the damn suit would fit his ass. Even Brock Lesnar.
No.
Roman Reigns. The Rock. Somebody else could have fit that
Well,
suit
The
perfectly.
Rock, well, there is supposed to be like a supervillain movie coming out with The Rock playing Black Adam. He's been in talks with the people that wants to make it for God knows how long.
Yeah, another rejected version of Shazam. Okay, it goes on here. The Suicide Squad will debut in theaters and on HBO Max on August 6th, 2021.
I know where we're going on August 6th. Going to the fucking movies.
Hold on, let me find out when August 6th is exactly.
Oh, that would be a Friday in August.
Hold some money to the side for that movie.
There's no trailer yet for the movie.
Yeah, you're just gonna see teasers.
Shocking.
You're only gonna see a teaser. Teasers are not fucking trailers. I don't give a shit.
Shocking that there's no trailer for it, but yet the damn thing's already done. And it's not coming out to August 6th this year. Come on, gun.
Yeah.
Pull your finger out of your rear end and get the real thing out there. The trailer. But Warner did include some footage in a sizzle. That's right, a sizzle reel of upcoming releases.
You know, again, that's trailer. That's teaser, not a fucking trailer.
Gunn is also writing and directing a Suicide Squad TV series spin-off starring John Cena character Peacemaker.
They better have Margot Robbie in it. Alright, and watching that TV series.
No release window has been given for that yet, though it is expected to premiere after the Suicide Squad. Let's see. Don Mancini
Yeah.
is supposed to come out on TV with a Chucky's TV series.
Okay. When?
I'm just saying.
Because we've talked about this before.
Yeah.
Don Mancini's coming out with a Chucky series, spin-off TV.
Yeah.
And now James Gunn is going to do the same with the Suicide Squad. What time bubble or what fucking universe did this planet go through that I don't know of?
I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that out.
I can understand Don Mancini wanted to do a Chucky TV spinoff from the movie franchise.
Well, it's not really a spin-off. It's a TV series for, like... He has admitted he has other Chucky movies in his head he wants to do. But to kind of do, like, a TV series, and he's right on it. You can actually bring out new characters into the franchise by TV series.
Yeah, I know that. But
And
what
then inject them into a film.
I know, but what I'm saying is that the franchise of Chucky,
Yeah.
all the way up to the gayest version of a reboot.
It's not even... nope. That's not even considered anything.
Just hear me out. From the Chucky franchise,
Of course.
all the way up to the gayest reboot of Chucky ever made, Don Mancini wants to do a Chucky TV series spin-off of the franchise.
Yeah.
James Gunn wants to do a Suicide Squad TV series spin-off of the movie The Suicide Squad. Like I said, what universe did this planet just like time warp through to all this?
I don't know.
Why?
Oh.
Just does not make any sense to me. So that's it for that one.
Take a breather. Can you make me a cigarette?
Hold on. And the next one would be, well, I got two here left. I don't know if I should do Hiker Finds Human Remains Alongside Trail in California, or Area 51 and America's Other Most Mysterious Places.
You could do that one. After you make me a cigarette, and I can do this one. Okay, I'm gonna kind of end up ranting a little bit.
Oh, shit!
The weird thing is, the title for this is about to do Best Horror Remakes of All Time. But it's...
I take the old shit back. Holy fuck!
But... And this is like by Cosmopolitan.com. But the title of the damn thing says the best scary movies to watch on HBO Max. Let's see. Which was submitted by Hunter Leviton. I know I shouldn't play favorites, and this is how he puts it. But all the best TV series and all the best documentaries come from HBO. Everything that the network touches turns to cinematic gold, pretty much. It hasn't touched any of Zach's.
Beg to differ.
Hasn't touched any of Zach's documentaries.
No, it has not. Now, if there's a documentary that could beat Zach's documentaries, An Alien Probing an Alien, then I could see, okay, Zach needs to step up his game.
Which is why it really shouldn't come as much of a surprise to you that the scary movie options on HBO Max are truly 100%.
Not even close to 100%. I say maybe 95.9%.
Its catalog includes a ton of the most terrifying films ever made, including classic horrors like Alien and Jaws, and the more recent thrillers like Us, which I mentioned on the last ones I was doing, and The Invisible Man, which is a different type of version of The Invisible Man. If there were ever a perfect time to mainline some scary movies, it's right now. In the depths of winter, all I want to do is post up on a post up? You mean you want to hoist up on the couch and get lost in a movie that matches the cold, bleak vibes outside. It doesn't have to be the winter to do horror films. You get chills from the scary movie and chills from the freezing weather. Double chills. Anyhow...
You want double chills, go to the fucking North Pole.
Or stick your ass in a fucking freezer. Anywho, here are the freakiest, nightmarish, shiversiest, that's not even a word, scary movies available to watch on HBO Max. Let's see. First one is The Conjuring, the original Conjuring. This 2013 horror movie is so top-notch, it inspired an entire universe of films, including 2 more Conjurings. Supposed to be another, supposed to be one, The Conjuring, the devil made me do it, but I haven't seen anything on that one yet. the Annabelle series, and The Nun. The Conjuring is inspired by a real-life pair of paranormal investigators. No shit. Ed and Lorraine Warren, played by Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga, who is a fucking dead ringer to be Lorraine Warren, who attempt to help a family figure out why all this creepy shit keeps on happening at the Rhode Island farmhouse. Feel free to brush up on the true story before you commit. That is, if you dare. Yes, dear.
And that's where I had my inconsistencies at the first beginning of The Conjuring.
Yeah.
When those two people portrayed Ed and Lorraine Warren.
Yeah.
It wasn't a Rhode Island farmhouse. It was not a single thing that's like flat out, no attic and shit like that. It was a one single family home that stood tall. It looks like it was 2 floors with an attic and a basement. And that started The Conjuring. That's where I have my inconsistencies with the shit that's being said about The Conjuring.
Let's see. Next up we got is Alien. The original 1979 Ridley Scott film with Sigourney Weaver. There are countless murderous alien monsters, but there's nothing quite like the OG xenomorph of the first Alien movie. I still have nightmares that this creepy crab-like creature pops out of a fleshy egg. That's what he said to his partner. And latches onto my face. That's what he said to his partner. And then falls off only before a little demon alien baby bursts out of my stomach. That's the chest, not your stomach, you fucking moron.
They got that stomach part from an old TV movie before Aliens was even thought of.
Oh, I know that. But if this guy's really quoting on Alien, the damn thing doesn't burst out of the stomach, it comes out the chest.
Right. But the reason why they're saying burst out of the stomach is because of an old TV movie that used to be on. When I watched it, and it was, I think the way it went was, it was like you were in space.
Yeah.
You had to travel to either a moon or a planet. I don't remember which exactly.
Yeah.
But you could actually see spaceships flying outside this diner windows and everything. And this guy is sitting there talking with his buddies and everything. He's eating something, and then he starts feeling weird. And this is in a diner. Okay.
Sounds like something that was actually on Twilight Zone once.
Yeah, it's all white. The whole damn thing. The chairs, the bar stools, the countertop, the walls, the booths, everything. Even the tables were fucking white. And even the equipment that you cook with was fucking white. It was like, what the hell? This guy like rolls onto his back on the diner's counter and everything, and this alien pops out of his belly.
No.
And they call it a demon alien. So that's where he got that garbage from, and that's how Alien was created. But when we saw Aliens, it came out of the dude's chest.
Yeah. It grows into a human-sized killing machine with an extra jaw. Okay, this is how he describes himself. Yes, my subconscious is fucked up. But you should really just watch this classic for yourself. I think you need to stop watching it. Stop watching classics, because you're fucking killing the explanation.
My point exactly.
The Invisible Man. Hold on. Will give you like the permanent heebie-jeebies. Cecilia Elizabeth Moss escapes her abusive boyfriend, and 2 weeks later, she learns that he has died by suicide. She's about to rake in $5 million from his will on the condition that she can prove she's mentally competent. But the thing is, she's being tortured by an invisible stalker that only she could see. Okay. I did see The Invisible Man before we actually, Paramike and I, weren't able to, go rent any movies, because the video store bias is no longer. I am going to say this. For someone who has dealt with abusive husband at one point, if anybody's really been through like abusive relationships, that movie's not really for you, because mentally you're thinking it's your ex actually coming to try to kill you. That's my take on that. And of course, the original Jaws, which I have, starring Richard Dreyfuss. It was Steven Spielberg's first film. Richard Dreyfuss, Roy Shaw, and let's see, yeah, Robert Shaw, Richard Dreyfuss, and I can't remember the other guy. Okay, Jaws, nearly 50 years later. So basically, it's 50 years old now. Jaws remains one of the greatest scary movies of all time. And fun fact, it is loosely inspired by true events. I'm going to keep reading, then I'm going to call this bastard bullshit. George Benchley, who wrote the novel upon which the movie is based, grew fascinated with sharks after reading about a 4,500-pound great white shark that was caught by a fisherman off the coast of Long Island. This iconic movie is the reason so many people are terrified to go into the deep water, let alone the ocean, to this very day. Now, if somebody caught a 4,500-pound great white shark, then it would be at least about the size of fucking Megalodon. Or am I wrong? I mean, I've heard about that due to my science class. I mean, a lot of the students in the class I was in, they all kind of laughed and said, basically, the way the teacher was presenting about the size. And I blurted out bullshit. If there's a 4,500-pound great white shark, then it's the size of Megalodon. And it would not have been caught by a fisherman off Long Island. You would need more than one guy to reel in a bitch that big. But yeah, that is one hell of a good movie. Even though Steven Spielberg had issues with the freaking shark, because half the time it didn't work.
That was because of the salt.
Yeah, no, because he wanted it in real water. Let's see. One of the interviews Richard Dreyfuss gives is, before he would go into character, he would hear over the PA system, the shark is not working. Which is why I think when Steven Spielberg named the shark Bruce, he actually was calling it a bitch. Because it wasn't working. And the iconic line, or the iconic lines, is slow ahead. I can give you slow ahead. Come down and chump some of this shit. And hello! Talk about give me a kiss, bitch.
Literally. I'm going to need a bigger
And
boat.
walks backwards and says to Robert Shaw, "You're gonna need a bigger boat." With a cigarette hanging out of his mouth, and he does not lose his cigarette. Best fucking line. Outside of Richard Dreyfuss cussing out the mayor. I'm familiar with the fact that you're gonna ignore this particular problem until it swims up and bites you on. Yes! And next is It, the fucking movie. I'm not about to be, and this is what he says, I'm not about to be all justice for clowns, but Pennywise really gives the group a bad reputation. Simply put, it likes to go around and pretend it's a clown so that it can murder lots of kids. And here's the question in parentheses this guy is asking. You with me? Now, I have to say, the movie itself, okay, it did give that bad precedent. It did. Because people that have no fucking mental health whatsoever, or if they do, they're really not mentally sound, go around and attack people as clowns. Pissed off a lot of people that Halloween year. After watching this 2017 adaptation of the classic Stephen King novel, you won't be able to even glance at a goofy clown again without breaking into a cold sweat. One last reason to stream, besides, you want nightmares, Pennywise is played by Bill Skarsgård, the new guy who plays him.
That would be It, too.
He did the first It, then he came back as It in
Wait,
part 2.
Wait a minute, I thought the first It was Tim Curry.
Yeah, that's the TV version. This guy's talking about the movie.
Okay.
Because when it was made into a film, they had to do 2 different parts to try to give the TV version some solidity.
Solidarity.
Yeah. But anyway, Bill Skarsgård, and some say that makes it hot. Again, if you want to watch a fucking movie with so many fucking quick camera angles and quick movements, and walk out after it's done feeling like you were at a fucking keg party and you drank 4 fucking kegs, that's all you. That's on you. Not saying it wasn't a good movie. I mean, I'll be the first to admit, yeah, there were some things, I think, like maybe something that shouldn't have been put into it. For example, the killing of Georgie. I think I just heard some people go, oh, but in the TV version, Georgie dies anyway. Georgie dies. Yes, he does, but you don't see the graphic of how he dies. You already know when Tim Curry grabs his arm, you already know what happens. You already know. So technically, they should have kept that part the way it should have been in the movie, just not bite the kid's arm off and then drag him under the fucking sewer. But I am gonna say this. I gave it basically I would have given it a 3, but I gave it a 2.5 because of the fast camera angles and fast movements. So I gave it a 2.5. I mean, without the camera angles and shit, I would have given it a 3. Or it's about maybe a hair shy of a 3 rating for me. But I'm gonna stick with the original. And in the words of Tim Curry, oh yes, Georgie, they all float. Anyway, next is Nightmare on Elm Street. With the 1984, of course. Don't bother trying to sleep after watching this classic slasher. That's what Freddy Krueger gets you. The late, great Wes Craven, horror movie royalty. And this movie in 1984, made this movie in 1984, and it was immediately a major box office success. It garnered tons of positive press. If you're somewhat unfamiliar with the plot, you've been living that bunker lifestyle. Or, in my terms, you've been under a fucking rock. The gist is that teenagers in a suburban Ohio town keep on getting murdered in their dreams by Freddy Krueger, a serial killer who wears a glove with razors for fingers. Light stuff! But if you actually paid attention to the dialogue between Nancy and her mother admits to Nancy it was rumored Freddy was a serial killer, but it was never proven. But her and a lot of the other parents decided to kill the guy. And they found out that he wasn't the real serial killer. It was somebody else. So, if that gives a horror movie icon someone in a horror movie that's the villain, that would actually piss off the person that's killing off other teenagers. Because the guy was falsely blamed. Next, Poltergeist 1982. Now, obviously, it's not talking about the reboot. They're here. It doesn't get more quintessential American horror than this one about a normal California family whose daughter suddenly starts talking with angry ghosts via television static. It subsequently gets abducted by the spirits. Oh yeah, and then they terrorize the entire family. Again, mention the movie Us. Us is Jordan Peele's second horror film about take a shot, I stumbled. After the quickly acclaimed Get Out, Lupita Nyong'o, Winston Duke, and Elizabeth Moss star in this strange and genuinely terrifying movie about psycho killer doppelgangers. The moral of the 2019 movie was hotly debated. Some say it's about human beings, duality. Others say it's about incoming in quality in America. Watch and decide for yourself. Now, I haven't seen the movie Us. Leave a comment on our YouTube page after hearing this episode, and let me know what horror movies you would want me to watch, or if I should give the movie Us my time of day. Let me know. Should I watch the movie Us for myself and give my own rating, or if I should not bother? Movie Underwater. If I were 6 miles beneath the ocean, and water suddenly started crashing into the walls of my drilling station, and my only hope of survival was traversing across the ocean floor to the main facility, I definitely want Kristen Stewart to be my fearless leader. Okay, this guy seriously... Nope. A kind of claustrophobic nightmare. Claustrophobic's nightmare. Underwater is an aquatic alien-esque horror that entertains my personal theory that deep-sea monsters really do exist. Of course, they just haven't been discovered yet. Or rediscovered. Okay, the movie Ma, spelled M-A. Octavia Spencer plays a lonely middle-aged woman who befriends a group of teenagers who are looking for a place to party. She lets the crew use her basement as long as they follow a few rules. Someone has to stay sober. 2 shots. Someone has to stay sober. You can't curse and never go upstairs. Oh, and always refer to her as Ma. Pretty soon, their setup becomes less of a dream come true and more like a terrifying nightmare. That's it for that, finally. I didn't really have to do that much ranting. Okay. Let's see. Trying to see something here. Which one should I go back to doing? Which one should I do? Paramount gets back to the studio. He's gonna read another one of his emails. And let's see. Trying to think which movies. Which one of Paratainment should go next. Back before Paramike reads, I'm gonna ask you, dear. After your next email, do you want to, I'm going to have Paramike pick for me. 100 films you must see at least once in your life. 25 greatest director's cuts. the most popular rock bands of all time. That's just paratainment. Because the other two are vintage ads, funny or offensive ads you definitely never see today, and of course the food.
I'm torn between 2 and 3.
What? Which one? Oh, the 100 films, the director's cuts, and the rock band.
Yeah. I'm torn between 2 and 3 on that one. Well, let's go with number 3.
Number 3, the rock bands.
Yeah.
Okay.
And sorry I had to leave the studio. One of our other podcasts, Katie, decided to be a doggy.
Okay, go ahead.
All right.
What's your next email?
This one is Area 51 and America's other most mysterious places. This should be interesting due to the fact that the picture's kind of funny.
Do me a favor, open that.
A big alien standing outside of something that looks like people would use as a ramp. And everything, which is ridiculous. And according to this, there are 26 slides to this thing. My goodness. I can't even open that up. Go in my tool bag over there and grab my pliers out. This is kind of weird. But like I said, it looks like something that people could use as a ramp. Magical Mystery Tour. There are some places that seem like natural homes for ghosts. Like cemeteries or hotels in the middle of nowhere. The U.S. has its fair share of those, but there are also plenty of surprising places with ghostly going-ons and strange happenings across the country. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of those on YouTube. Okay, that kind of sucked. I've been seeing a lot of those on YouTube lately, and some of them are still questionable in a lot of ways. But I could always, I could always be wrong about that, but who knows? Let's see. From National Phenomenons. Doop doo 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 doo.
Phenomena.
Doop doo 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 doo.
Phenomena.
Doop doo 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 doo. Yeah. That can be explained by science to haunted spots and mysteries that remain stubbornly and spookily unsolved. Here are some of the most mysterious places around the U.S. I kind of have a problem with certain ones for certain wordings here.
Yeah.
Like, from natural phenomena that can be explained by science. No. I have a problem with that one right there. I am so sorry. Okay, we're going to head to California in this one. And it has to do with the RMS Queen Mary. Very beautiful ship, by the way, from what Ghost Adventures showed. And Omar Gosh TV did. Says this ocean liner currently enjoying semi-retirement as a floating hotel and restaurant in Long Beach, California. It has a lot of history. She started with a
glamorous, life-sailing Hollywood stars, including Elizabeth Taylor. Her product sucks. Across the Atlantic before having a gritter role as a Second World War troop ship. The Grey Ghost was the name it was given. To some, that's more than just a name, claiming to be the world's most haunted ship. It's said her decks and corridors are roamed by the spirits of those who have died aboard, including a crew member murdered in stateroom B340. I don't remember anything about that being mentioned on Ghost Adventures. So that's something a little bit weird and new to me. So that's something I might have to look into afterwards. Now we're going to take a trip to Louisiana. The La Lorraine Mansion. New Orleans oozes spookiness and spirituality from every cobblestone, corner, and cemetery, though this lavish sea mansion in the heart of the city's French Quarters has more mystery than most. It was owned by a socialite, Madame Marie Delphine Lalaurie. That's kind of a weird name.
Yeah.
Infamous for agnostic parties and following a kitchen fire in 1834. Murder. Local police responding to the blaze discovered the bodies of mutilated slaves in the attic. Lalaurie fled to France, but according to some, the victims remain heard screaming in the night. It's a pretty cool building, I have to admit. But could use some more lighting. That's just my thing. Where are we off to now? Now we're going to New York. Eternal Flame Falls, New York. I didn't even know New York had one of those. It's not the biggest or most spectacular waterfall by any means, but Eternal Flame Falls is currently one of the most mysterious cascades around. The Stragator Waterfall in Chestnut Ridge Park tumbles over a small grotto where an external flame flickers. And by looking at it, I can actually see it, which is kind of weird. It's believed the flame is kept alight by natural methane gas seeping through cracks in the ancient rocks. Sorry. Though there are still unanswered questions about its true source. And what keeps it burning? That should be a question, not a period. It does occasionally go out, but it's usually reignited by visitors. If you want to check this story out some more, check out more places you won't believe are in the USA. Just put that in your search bar. Places you won't believe are in the USA. And stupid commercial. Figures a commercial in a page of a story. Go figure. Now we're going to Texas. Ding, 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 ding. People have been perplexed by the Marfa lights for nearly 140 years, though no one can explain why they are there or even if they exist at all. This is why I'm looking at a water tower. They appear as bright and sometimes colorful orbs that throb, or some have claimed move across the sky on clear nights. They're so integral. I can't even say this word. Integral to the identity of this hip Texan town that they're usually celebrated at the annual Marfa Lights Festival. Theories on what they are include the ghosts of Spanish conquistadors, UFOs, and reflections of car headlights. That's a strange one. And now we get to go to Arizona, the desert, called Cathedral Rock. The red rocks of Sedona are currently hauntingly lovely. Don't think anybody would put that in a sentence. But could something truly spooky be happening? That's a good question. The entire area is considered to have a vortex, or an area of concentrated crackling energy said to have healing powers. Okay. The area around the sandstone, Butte of Cathedral Rock, is known as an electromagnetic site where multiple energies swirl and flow, inspiring meditation and spiritual well-being, regardless of the metaphysical, which should have been a dash in there. This is a place of otherworldly beauty. Just by looking at the picture, it's nice, but I don't know about half of it. Now we go back to California. Bodie. Bodie. Bodie is a ghost town. Yeah, most California areas have ghost towns. And not just in the sense that the former gold mining town, now a state park, was abandoned in the early 20th century. It's really a ghost town. Or, so many believe, stories abound that spirits roam the scattered remnants of deserted buildings, including a general store still stocked with goods, and haunt the Masonic Cemetery. Pump the brakes here. If there's a general store that's still stocked with items and is saying with goods, I don't think they're good anymore. Unless the ghosts really like eating that stuff. There are also tales that anyone who removes a rock or shard of metal from the town will be cursed. And it's all feels pretty plausible in this eerie location high in the Sierra Nevada mountains. I didn't know Sierra Nevada mountains was in California. I thought that was in Nevada. Something's wrong with geologically states around here. Now we go to Alaska. The Red Onion Saloon. Didn't Ghost Adventures have that?
What?
The Red Onion Saloon on one of their episodes.
Red onions?
Red Onion Saloon. That's in
I know
Alaska.
they were at quite a few saloons over the seasons, but I don't think I remember hearing of a Red Onion Saloon.
I'm gonna have to look at their thing again. It goes, Segway's Red Onion Saloon is now a bar and restaurant, though a brothel, museum, and some spooky goings-on offer clues to its shady past. The inn opened at the end of the 19th century as a brothel for gold miners, and today the ghost of former brothel Madam Linda is said to hang around the halls, the scent of her perfume waffling in the air.
That would be a queef.
Yeah, but
Her perfume queefs.
this is how they spelt waffling. WAFTING.
Yeah, that's how you spell waffling.
Yeah, but you hear an L in there though.
Waffing, no. That's what I said.
Yeah.
It's a queef.
Yeah.
That's what he said to his partner.
So if you want to check out more of the Red Onion Saloon in Alaska, just type up in your search bar America's Eeriest Ghost Towns and take a look for yourself. Now we go. Oh, we're still in Arkansas.
Of course.
Oh no, I'm sorry. We went from Alaska. Now we're in Arkansas.
Yeah.
The Crescent Hotel.
I think we've heard about the Crescent Hotel.
Yeah, I think we have two, but I can't remember if it was from one of the YouTubers we follow or if it was on Ghost Adventures or Tabs. I can't
Crescent
remember.
Hotel, yeah, it was.
It was on one
Crescent
of them.
Hotel is basically was a former hospital where a schmuck was playing off as a fucking doctor that could cure cancer.
Well,
Zach did it on one of his later seasons before we lost them all.
actually, we didn't lose them all.
Huh?
We didn't lose them all.
No, but we lost a
They're
lot
in
of the
here.
later. Huh?
They're in here.
Even the ones we weren't able to get yet.
The ones we haven't gotten yet, I haven't found those yet. But all the other ones that we've lost before from
Yeah.
from the computer that's sitting back there
Yeah.
that I was trying to transfer, I actually have them all on my laptop.
What's the last one that we got? Because I think it was 18 or 19. One of the
Hold
two.
on. Let me go to the folder.
In fact, around season 24 right now.
Let me go to my folder. 20.
We had season 20.
Yes.
Okay, so we need the last 4.
Season 20, I only have basically like 4 episodes.
Wait.
That's
just
it.
for the hell of it, look up season 19. Because season 19 was like serial killing spirits.
Hold on.
Or serial killer spirits. Unless that was a separate
Let's see,
special.
I got 7 episodes of 19, and the last one was A Haunting in Scottsdale. Was the last one, 19, that I have.
Shit. Okay, then the serial killer spirits had to been like a Halloween special that was separate.
Yeah, which I don't have.
Okay, so we need season 21 and 23 since they're doing 24 right now.
Well, we need 21, 22, 23.
Yeah, that's what I said.
But anyways, back to Crescent Hotel here. Looming atop a ridge in the Ozark Mountain, or mountains,
Okay.
this Eureka Springs landmark Eureka's a vacuum cleaner, not a place for an area, has been billed as America's most haunted hotel. It has certainly seen a lot of happenings since its construction in 1886.
Is it more haunted than the Stanley Hotel? I think that right now the only thing that's haunting with the Stanley Hotel is the damn prices.
Yeah, I would agree on that one. Originally opening as a luxury resort, it later became a
Concert?
conservatory.
Okay,
C-
conservatory.
Conservatory.
Yeah, conservatory.
Sorry, guys. It's
With his
still
surgery,
hard.
With the surgery on his brain, he
It's still
screwed up his speech when it comes to other longer words.
yeah. I'm still trying to get it down.
Just wing it, or
For
ad-lib
young women, a college, and in 1937, a hospital whose owner, Norman Baker,
Yeah,
claimed he could cure cancer.
yeah. Zach Bagans did that one. He was a fucking schmuck.
Except he wasn't really a doctor.
He was a schmuck.
Baker was run out of town, and his ghost is said to haunt the hotel along with a bearded man in Victorian dress and a 5-year-old girl. Okay. Pump brakes. Norman Baker. Yes, I've heard.
Yeah.
On Ghost Adventures, and he was supposed to cure cancer and everything, and he was a schmuck!
Of course.
And not a doctor.
No.
But I did not know that he was run out of the town.
Oh, yeah.
Nor,
Out of town, alright.
nor was there any mention of a bearded man to the GAC team in a Victorian dress
It was probably
and a
under
5-year-old girl.
It was probably under a different name that he probably had.
Probably.
Or he was told as.
Now we go back to California. Racetrack Playa. That's Playa.
Okay.
Some spooky places can be explained by science. No, it can't.
No.
But that doesn't make them any less fascinating. Take Racetrack Playa, a dry lake bed in California's Death Valley, where rocks magically glide across the cracked surface. Reminds me of the domes in Arizona, where a 50,000-pound cement thing just slides across the floor by itself. For years, people puzzled over how the rocks were seemingly coming to life, with theories ranging from an undiscovered magnetic force to a higher power. Then, in 2013, scientists discovered something a little less romantic. The boulders are moved by wind when the ground is icy. Eerie,
With wind, while the ground is
nonetheless.
icy? That'd be some good blowing.
That'd be one hell of a fucking skating ring without walls. But romantic? The fuck are these scientists on? What kind of drugs? What have they been sniffing in the fucking labs to say something was romantic? Are you fucking kidding me? I think these scientists were on fucking drugs. Now we're going to South Carolina. Poinsett Bridge. Mystery surrounds the construction of South Carolina's oldest bridge. The Gothic structure in Greenville was built in 1820 and named after prominent local resident Joe Poinsett. Historians believe it was designed by Robert Mills, the architect behind the Washington Monument. Even more intriguing are the tales of ghosts hanging around the stone arch, ranging from a man who died in a car accident in the 1950s to a construction worker entombed inside. Okay. Type in your search bar, Tales of Ghosts. Along with the Poinsett Bridge, South Carolina story. And see what you get. Oh, now we go down to New Mexico. Roswell. Well, all the famous UFO stories have been coming out, but yet haven't been proven. At least to my knowledge. It's almost impossible to hear the name Roswell and not think aliens, or at least UFOs. This relatively small, previously conspicuous New Mexico city hit the otherworldly big time in 1947 when a ranch worker claimed to have disclosed or discovered the debris of a flying saucer crash. I think it was just a big old plate that probably had a lobster on it and somebody just left it there. The mystery was explained away as a weather balloon crash. Well, of course. That's when the theories and conspiracies started. Though many didn't believe the story. Well, people back then were the smart ones. Trying to outdo the stupid motherfuckers. And still
Sometimes
don't.
the cigar shape is just a cigar.
Or a brick-bound dick.
It's just a round dick.
Roswell continues to be the embodiment of alien conspiracy theories and embraces its role with dozens of gift shops, museums, and an annual UFO festival. Oh, and now we come here to the great states of PA.
Okay.
Can you take a wild guess?
Hillview Manor.
Strike one.
Eastern State.
Yep, Eastern State Penitentiary. There's nothing soft or warm about the design of this Gothic-style prison, which opened in Philadelphia in 1829. And there's nothing soft or warm about what happened inside the crumbling stone walls either. This was the first U.S. prison to implement solitary confinement.
Yep.
With inmates kept in windowless cells. It said that since it closed in 1971, those inmates reclaimed the space, with visitors witnessing apparitions floating down the corridors and hearing loud whispers echoing around cell blocks. Okay, trivia questions. Number 1. What team in the paranormal field investigated Eastern State Penitentiary here in PA before any other people have done it?
Ghost hunters.
Yep. And when they did that, they caught something that they still could not explain. And I can't even explain it myself to this day.
Not only that, they're still trying to say it wasn't paranormal. Which I think they contradict themselves.
Well, a few of them are saying that it's not paranormal, it could have been a person. But I kind of disagreed with that for a while. And I still disagree with it to this day.
Oh, of course.
Due to the fact that, yes, I have it on DVD. And I still can't explain it.
I think that happened with Zach, too. And they
No.
couldn't figure it out either.
No, Zach never caught what Taps did.
No,
Which,
because they weren't in that area.
no, he was trying to figure out at the end of one of the cell blocks, he saw something go from right to left, blocking out a light that was at the end of it,
Yeah.
and he couldn't figure out what it was. And everything.
Not only that, I think that area was closed off for some reason. I think, but I could be wrong.
Yeah. So that's kind of weird. But echoing around cells for whispers, I don't remember that one. I don't remember anybody saying anything about that.
They probably didn't catch anything. If they heard any kind of whispering, it was probably residual.
Yeah. Apparitions floating down the corridors, that I can believe.
Yeah.
I mean, Zach's caught that a few times. And there was a famous criminal there, especially one from here.
Yep.
Supposedly a criminal, but nobody really knows that story too much. And that would be Ginny Wade's father.
Yeah.
Was here at Eastern State Penitentiary.
Yeah, the one that goose Zach in the ass.
That was hilarious.
Something grabbed my ass!
That was hilarious. And then, the most notorious criminal ever that went from here to off of San Francisco Bay in California.
Yeah.
Alfonso Capone.
Yep,
A.K.A.
Al
Al
Capone.
Capone.
Who had his own cell and everything.
Yeah.
Literally a lavish cell.
Yeah, in both places. It was like, how the hell?
Now, in Alcatraz, spelt with the A, not with the E, he wasn't given that treatment in Alcatraz. He was just as everybody else. And it broke him, actually.
Oh, now we're going to go to Dave's home state. Illinois.
Yeah.
Lincoln Park Zoo.
I don't think he's mentioned anything on the Lincoln Park Zoo.
But it's funny how I just read that and I'm like, wait a second, isn't that a band's name?
Lincoln Park Zoo?
No, just Lincoln Park.
Huh?
Lincoln Park.
Yeah.
Isn't that a band's name? And
It
now,
is.
And now somebody uses it for a zoo name? Lincoln Park Zoo?
There might have been... I don't know.
Yeah.
Could have been the reason behind the band name, but I don't know.
Goes on, cuddly animals, fearsome beasts, and malignant spirits. Fearsome beasts. That sounds like what's in my pants.
Malevolent.
Malignant spirits.
Yeah.
That's all I can get out of it. I guess still can't pronounce the words.
Malevolent, yeah.
But it goes on, ghosts aren't the first things you'd associate with a zoo.
Nope, it's the animals.
But this popular Chicago attraction has been designated one of the most haunted sites in the city. The central core of the Lincoln Park Zoo was a cemetery. Whoa, what? How would there be a cemetery at a zoo? Or-
animals that died in the zoo. They probably have
Or-
their own little cemetery for them.
That I can understand. But maybe there was a cemetery before the zoo was there? If that's what it's talking about?
That's something you have to ask Dave, because I don't think he would even know that.
Yeah, but it goes here. It's like the central core of the Lincoln Park Zoo was a cemetery in the mid 19th century with around 35,000 bodies buried there.
Oh, okay.
I know for a fact that if there was a cemetery there back in the 19th century or the mid 19th century,
Yeah.
where's the cemetery now? If there was 35,000 bodies buried there, that's a disgrace. No wonder the fucking place is haunted. When it was moved, not all the bodies went with it. Unsurprisingly, reports of paranormal activities are rife.
Yeah.
That's probably why Chicago's burnt down more than once. Too bad it wasn't the whole damn state. Because that is sacrilege.
Every freaking town had a fucking fire that swept through it. In every state. Just it's not recorded.
Yeah, but that's sacrilege.
Figure, developers don't give a shit. They see a plot of land, oh, let's buy it and build this.
Yeah. Now we go down to the worst state ever to be part of the United States of America. Florida.
Yeah.
Grant Wilson's
Lower east side of hell.
famous place where he caught really good activity on camera and saw it with his own eyes. St. Augustine Lighthouse,
Oh, yeah.
with its jaunty black and white stripes, cheerful red accent, and sunny palm-dotted surroundings, St. Augustine Lighthouse doesn't exactly scream creepy. No, but it is our colors.
Yeah.
Red, black, and white. But the narrow tower has seen more than its fair share of tragedy, and many claim it's still haunted by it. One keeper, Joseph Juan Camilo Andreu. I can't say the last name because it sounds either French or Spanish. I don't know which.
Maybe French.
Fell to his death in 1859 while whitewashing the tower.
That's what he said.
Then in 1873, three young girls drowned when a cart there. What? Then in 1873, three young girls drowned when a cart they were playing in broke and fell into the ocean, trapping them underneath. That just doesn't make sense. Because that was never mentioned about three girls.
There's probably nothing on it before until, like I said, maybe, YouTubers that go around looking for paranormal probably found that.
I can see that, but
I mean, Omar
still.
Gosh mentioned something like that before.
Yeah, I know, but still, I don't know. It still seems weird that now there's stories coming out about, oh yeah, three little girls drowned and they were the keeper's daughter or whatever. Oh, now we get to go to the famous sting from season 3 that was live on the internet and TV, where GAC did. And that was one hell of a show.
Oh, yeah. Trans-Allegheny.
Lunatic Asylum in West Virginia. What could possibly be creepy about a crumbling asylum? Didn't look crumbling to me. Well, pretty much everything. Especially this chilling old hospital in Weston. It opened in 1864 and treated tens of thousands of patients suffering mental illnesses. Just like the world today. Often in crowded conditions and with inhumane methods including electroshock therapy and lobotomies.
Hurts my eyes.
That's what all these fucking idiots need right now. Electroshock therapy and lobotomies. Of course, I don't think the lobotomies are going to do anything because there ain't nothing upstairs.
Nope.
Electroshock therapy? Put that motherfucker on 1 quadrillion volts and maybe shock these bastards and they might have a brain. It closed in 1994. Right when I was starting my senior year. And is now a National Historic Landmark, haunted by the hundreds of patients who died within its walls.
Yeah. Not to mention the Civil War ring.
Mm-hmm.
Which is actually not attached to it.
Actually, it is.
It is, but it's
not. It was
not.
the other one. It was the medical center that was not attached to it. Now we go back to California. And we're going to the weirdest design ever in my entire life ever seen. And yeah, I like to build shit. I have the knowledge of it. But there is no way in hell I would build something like this and keep working. And there's no way. We're talking about the gun owner woman's house.
Yeah.
Of a very famous rifle.
Winchester.
Yep. That was created here in the East Coast, and this woman decided to move out to the West Coast.
Well, she lived in Boston, Mass, but again, I think there's a lot of controversy with who she was seen as a so-called medium. That suggested, she moved across the fucking country and build a mansion to please.
Yeah, some dork knocker that thought he was what we know as decent people.
Oh yeah.
He was a fucking crock.
Yeah, 'cause she had money.
Goes this wonderfully odd and dedicated. I don't even know what the fuck this is. Decidedly creepy mansion is the product of one woman's commitment, vision, and some might argue, mania. Widowed Sarah Winchester, whose late husband had invented the Winchester's rifle, purchased it in 1886. What's wrong with that?
Well, she purchased the mini house, or it's either the land or a house on it that she bought it in 1886.
No. It said here, widow Sarah Winchester, whose late husband had invented the Winchester's rifle.
Yeah.
Purchased it in 1886. That's the part that doesn't make sense to me. How is this gentleman Mr. Winchester invent a Winchester rifle purchased in 1886. If you invent something, you can't buy something. If you invented it.
If you invent it in 1886 and you automatically start selling it. Due to the fact that Winchester won in West, actually.
Yeah, I know.
So that's probably where whoever wrote that article kind of messed up on.
Yeah, that's what
he invented the damn rifles in 86.
Yeah, but he didn't purchase it in 1886. He purchased a building here in Connecticut in 1886 to create
the
Winchester rifle. So that's why I can't see how the hell this story is going to be sounding any better. Because you don't just say, oh, the widow of Mr. Winchester, Sarah Winchester's, whose late husband had invented the Winchester rifle, purchased it in 1886. Dude, you need to get your story straight, you fucking moron. She then spent 3 decades creating an elaborate...
A labyrinth.
Well, that's the next word. Labyrinth. But it's elaborate labyrinth. E-L-A-B-O-R-A-T-E.
Elaborate. Lambert. Yeah.
Of more than 160 rooms, 2 basements, 10,000 windows, and 2,000 doors.
That just be careful on the first landing. It's a doozy.
Some of which led to nowhere but sudden drops. Watch that first step. It's a doo. A popular theory is that, haunted by those killed by her late husband's invention, she created a maze to keep vagrantful spirits at bay. Vengeful.
Well, one thing I'm going to say on that, if you're a fucking spirit, and you're walking through the fucking house of a maze, and you see a fucking door that just have sudden drops, you think the ghost is going to go,
I'm not walking through the door.
What the fuck's this supposed to mean? I can just go right through the fucking thing.
Yeah, literally.
I mean, I've been in there, when I was pregnant with my son, David. Yeah, it could have been risky, because there is energy in that house, in that place. I mean, it's not bad energy. I think it more of took a life upon its own. Because there are fucking various areas where it could be a fucking portal. I know, I've stood in one. Especially when Zach was trying to switch with the guy talking to him and he kicks Aaron in the nuts. That area, that is at high energy.
Yeah. I just think that the person she talked to in Boston was a fucking whack job.
Had to been.
And I hope the ghosts of the Winchester rifle that killed them are tormenting him in hell.
Probably already gotten tormented before.
Now we're going to Dirty Jersey.
Where your cousin Vicky's in.
Pine Barrens. Never heard of the place.
Not to mention your niece, Jen, lives there too.
Huge swaths of Atlantic coastal pines make up New Jersey's Pine Barrens, often called the Pinelands, or just the pines. But that isn't all that's found within this densely forest area. Behind the pines are the ruins of mills, ironworks, general stores, and workers' homes. The remnant of once thriving industries that were abandoned in the late 19th century Now it's said these ghost towns are roamed by the Jersey Devil. Born to a woman in 1735 with wings, a goat's head, and hooves.
Sounds more like the, I want to say with the hooves and the head of a goat.
And wings.
Well, exclude the wings. It sounds more like the mythical version, the mythical creature of Pan.
Mm.
The goat hoofed creature that had a flute that blew on it.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
And haunting the area ever since. Now, I haven't heard of the Jersey Devil before until Halloween.
I've heard of it here and there, but
And people have been like throwing up, oh, the Jersey Devil's here, this and that and everything else, but it's not in New Jersey. It's in other states.
yeah, no.
So it's like, I don't believe this fucking story for 1 second.
Well, the Jersey Devil, it is considered an urban legend. That I do know.
But I haven't seen it yet.
Maybe, but if you want to think about it, that's the Jersey Devil could have more truth compared to the fucking Mothman.
Yeah, the Mothman from Chicago. Yeah. I've been seeing that pop up lately, too, every Halloween and wintertime. Now we go back to Arizona. Hotel Monte Vista. It seems guests at this Flagstaff hotel have a tendency to overstay their welcome. Sometimes, in fact, they don't check out at all. Preferring to stick around and make life interesting for anyone else brave enough to stay overnight. Yeah, if you don't fucking sleep, you might live. If you go to sleep, you're dead. Those haunting the suites and corridors include a woman who sits in a rocking chair by the window of room 305. 2 murdered women of the night, and the Meat Man. That would be James Gunn's next new character for Suicide Squad. Meat Man! Just gotta figure out who's gonna play him. A long-term guest infamous for his stomach curdling or churning habit of hanging meat from the chandelier. To find out more about this story, type into your search bar American Hotels Hiding Historic Secrets. Ooh, that might be a good one for another show. So that might be a good one for another show. I gotta remind myself of that next time. Oh, we're going to where Aaron grew up. We're going to his home
Portland,
state. Oregon, yes. Shanghai tunnels.
Which they did investigate.
It's now better known for craft beer and hipsters. But Portland was once a hotbed illicit activity. Much of it centered around the port area, where a grim practice called Shanghaiing, which is just one dot here and one dot there, was rife in the early 19th century. Men were lured from local saloons and dropped into these tunnels via a trapdoor or trapdoors. There, they were held captive, drugged, and dragged to the waterfront to be sold to ships as slaves. Unsurprisingly, the tunnels are now said to be haunted by these men, many of whom died in the underground passages. Now, here's my question. We seen Ghost Adventures do the Shanghai tunnels.
Yes.
While it was still daylight outside, but they were underground.
Yeah.
My question is that if these men that were lured from local saloons that dropped down into these tunnels by trapdoors,
Yeah.
and then dragged to the waterfront to be sold on ships as slaves, how come there was no extension of going from one saloon with the trapdoor that was blocked up all the way out to the waterfront?
Don't know.
That would have been one hell of an investigation to actually see, starting from one saloon going all the way out to the waterfront, doing another saloon going out to the waterfront. That would be fucking cool to see. To be honest, I would like to see that. Now we're going back to Louisiana, the Myrtles Plantation. And I saw this one on Taps and I think Ghost Adventures. I think. But I still have some inconsistencies on both shows. This St. Francisville plantation was perhaps doomed from the start, as it's believed a burial ground for indigenous peoples lies beneath its foundation. But the ghostly goings on don't stop there. Built in 1796, it's considered one of America's most haunted places with at least a dozen ghosts. Chilling tales include that of a enslaved girl, Chloe,
Yeah.
whose master chopped off her ear after catching her eavesdropping, thank you. She then poisoned a birthday cake, killing 2 of his daughters, and was hung. I'm sorry, but that's where, from both shows, from Taps and GAC, doing Myrtle's Plantation, Louisiana, I still do not believe the bullshit that comes out of there. Just due to the fact that there's nothing of a female named Chloe, let alone 2 little girls dying by poisoning a birthday cake and stuff like that.
Don't know.
I still call that story bullshit. That's just my POV. New York, which is a fucking ghost town right now, or a ghost state. New Amsterdam Theater.
Oh, yeah.
A suitably glamorous ghost haunts the opulent art Nouveau interior of this Broadway theater or theater. This was the home of the legendary Siegfried or wait a minute, did I say that right?
Might have.
Ziegfeld. That's the first name. Folas or Fol. Follies. I can't even say this. Follies.
Siegfried Follies.
Thank you. Famously lavish and elaborate stage shows, and it's one of the members that has refused to leave. Oliver Thomas was named the most beautiful girl in New York City's at the age of 16, but had a tragically short life, dying in 1920 at the age of 25 after accidentally swallowing mercury pills.
I'm sorry, you don't accidentally swallow mercury pills.
No. And a person's name, Olive Thomas. One, olive is a fucking thing that you eat. That's from a can.
Not only that, it's also a name from Popeye.
No, that was olive oil. That's different. This is Olive Thomas. I don't know any female named Olive Thomas. I don't even know a guy named Olive Thomas. She's now said to float across the stage, blowing kisses to the audience. Discover the most magical places on Earth. You could type that into your search bar. Now we go to Georgia, which is the most haunted state in the United States of America.
Yeah.
Colonial Park Cemetery. Why does that sound familiar to me? Colonial Park Cemetery is often described as one of the most haunted places in Savannah, with paranormal experts. Oh, there's that word again. Experts reporting terrifyingly high levels of activities. The city's oldest burial ground, opened in 1750, is a regular stop on ghost tours. It's believed more than 10,000 people are buried there, though there are fewer than 1,000 grave markers on the sites. Visitors report seeing shadowy figures, including that of a 7-foot tall, 2.1 milli woman hanging from a tree. I really hate that word. Paranormal experts. There's no such thing. There's no such thing as a paranormal expert. You're just a paranormal investigator that's trying to find the truth, and that's it. You morons. Even Dave Schrader and Zach Bagans have said there is no such thing as paranormal experts. Now we go way up north to Maine. I don't even know how to pronounce his name. Seguin. Island Light Station in Maine. Maine's first offshore station and second oldest lighthouse, built in 1796, has a suitably storied past. SEGUIN Island Light Station, named for the island it occupies close to the mouth of the Kennebec River, is said to be haunted by the ghosts of several people who lived in the isolated location. One story is that a lighthouse keeper from the mid 1800s killed his wife and then himself after being driven mad by her piano playing. How would somebody be driven mad by somebody that he truly loves playing piano? That's like music if you don't have a radio or a TV. People still report hearing ghostly piano music on the island. Now take a look at the world's abandoned islands time forgot. And you could put that in your search engine. Now we get to go to Colorado. Can you guess where? It's way up in the mountains. Do you know what it is? And it's in Colorado.
Superstition Mountain.
Nope. A movie that you seriously like.
Oh, Stanley Hotel.
Yes. A place so creepy, it inspired one of the most famous horror stories of all time. The Stanley Hotel occupies a spectacular position in Estes Park at the getaway to Rocky Mountains National Park. But it's the spooky goings on inside that you are truly breathtaking. One overnight stay even prompts Stephen King to write his best-selling novel, The Shining, which became a movie with Jack Nicholson and the woman that played Olive Oil in Popeye. I can't remember her name. Shelley Duvall, that's it. Adapted into the chilling 1980s film, guests have reported hearing piano music in their rooms, with original owner Miss Stanley apparently tinkling her ivories, while others talk of the echoes of children's laughter in the hallways. Now, I used to play keyboard and everything, but I really didn't get the concept grasp of to really how to play it. But I thought that when you touch the ivories of a keyboard or a piano or whatever, I thought it was tickling the ivories, not tinkling the ivories. It sounds like she's taking a piss on the ivory keys. Jeez Louise. And that's it for that. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, another one.
We're on episode 23 or 22.
22. Area 51, Nevada. We're back to the same picture, but something a little different. This still operational Air Force facility known as Area 51 drew attention during its Cold War era aircraft testing, spawning rumors of sinister experiments, a staged moon landing, and a lab run by aliens. The site unsurprisingly remains strictly off limits, but the nearby Alien Research Center, housed in a metal hangar with a 35-foot tall alien, which is 11 meters, standing guard, is stuffed with curiosities and gifts to satisfy the ongoing fascination with the area. To check out more, type in your search bar the world's mysterious places. Yeah. That's it for that one.
That's it.
That's it for that
Okay.
story. All 26.
Mm-hmm.
All 26 of
Alright.
them. And like I said, most of the stories that I read are, I think, are bullshit.
Let's see. Okay, this is article I'm going to read. The most popular rock bands of all time, which pair Mike chose. Let's see.
I want to see if I can try to guess most of them.
Huh?
I want to see if I can try to guess most of them like we did the last time. And if I can't guess it and I don't say nothing, then you just say it.
Okay. Combining elements of rhythm and blues, country, jazz, and gospel.
Okay, Jazz, you can leave me out on that one.
Rock music has had a strong cultural impact throughout America and the world since its inception in the 1940s and 1950s. In the three quarters of a century since then, a number of bands have left an indelible stamp on rock music, captivating millions and pushing the genre to new heights in the process. Using data from Spotify, Facebook, Ranker, and the Billboard 200 Albums chart, 24/7 Tempo, whatever that means, determined the 100 most popular rock bands of all time. So, like the title, this is nothing but rock bands. Okay. First one, or it's actually counting down number one down. Number 100, at basically the last of it, at the very low of the list, for 100, Pretenders. Spotify followers 0.8 million. Facebook likes 0.2 million. Most popular album, Pretenders. The British rockers, except for Ohio-born frontwoman Chrissie Hynde, have had 10 studio albums, including their self-entitled debut album in 1980, that went to number 9 on the Billboard 200. The Pretenders had 2 top 10 singles, Back on the Chain Gang and Don't Get Me Wrong. 2 albums, Learning to Crawl and The Pretenders, have been certified platinum by the Recording Industry Association of America. Again, not elected, appointed. And Paramike was not a fan of the Pretenders. Oh god, I think I'm gonna end up butchering this one. Number 99, Earthmix, Eury, THMICS. Thermomix? I have no idea.
Never heard of them.
Huh?
Never heard of them.
Spotify followers 1.0 million. Facebook likes 1.3 million. Most popular album, Touch. I don't want to touch. Period. The Grammy-winning British synth pop duo of Annie Lennox and Dave Stewart were MTV's mainstays in the 1980s, with quirky, provocative videos and a series of hits. Among them were Here Comes the Rain Again. Never heard of it. Would I Lie to You? And the chart-topping Sweet Dreams Are Made of This.
Okay. The first two I've heard of.
Okay.
The last one, I think there was. Yeah. It says, she said,
Sweet
Sweet Dreams are made of these. Yeah. So I think there was a copyright infringement on that one.
Maybe. Their albums, Be Yourself Tonight, Touch, and Greatest Hits have all gone platinum. Number 98. Okay. I'm gonna say the song, and Paramount's gonna guess. The Joker, Fly Like an Eagle.
Let's see, Fly Like an Eagle was Seal.
Yeah, but Seal's not rock.
Joker, I've never heard of.
Number 98, Steve Miller Band.
Okay, never listened to them.
Spotify followers 1.6 million. Facebook likes 1.8 million. Most popular album, Greatest Hits 1974 through 1978. Steve Miller started out as a blues rocker before shifting to a more mainstream rock performer and churning out catchy tunes such as the whimsical The Joker and the synthesizer-infused psychedelic song Fly Like an Eagle. Both songs could still be heard on classic rock radio today. 5 of Steve Miller Band's albums have gone platinum, and the Greatest Hits collection went platinum 14 times.
Damn. That's one time too many.
Okay. Let's see. This is the albums. Stop Making Sense, Little Creatures, and Speaking in Tongues.
I have no clue.
97, Talking Heads. David Byrne. Is actually supposed to be the main singer.
Okay.
Let's see. Talking Heads, Spotify viewers 1.3 million. Facebook likes 0.6 million.
Damn.
Most popular album, Stop Making Sense.
Okay, never
The
heard
eclectic art school band emerged from the New York punk scene in the 1970s. It was helmed by singer-songwriter and frontman David Byrne, who was once hailed by Time magazine as rock's Renaissance man.
Okay, no wonder I never heard of that group.
The Talking Heads delved into indie, dance punk. I've heard of dance pop, but not dance punk. Alternative, art rock. That's not even a freaking. It's not even a rock music category. I don't give a shit. And had most of their success with albums. 3 albums, which I mentioned, Paramount, Stop Making Sense, Little Creatures, and Speaking in Tongues, have gone platinum.
The only thing that had to deal with anything of heads was the Blue Man Group.
Okay, here's two songs and an album. Do It Again and Reeling in the Years. The album Can't Buy a Thrill.
Nope.
96 Steely Dan.
Not a big fan of Steely Dan.
But you played their music.
No. That was the show after me.
I meant when you DJ'd.
I never played the Steely Dan song, ever. That was the DJ before me and after me.
Spotify followers 1.1 million. Facebook likes 0.9 million. Most popular album, Aya. Spelled A-J-A. Yeah, I know some people might say Aja, but I say Aya. So, bleh. The jazz rock. Okay, jazz rock is not rock and roll. I'm sorry. Or rock, period. Act led by Donald Fagen and the late Walter Becker broke through with its unique blend of genres in 1972 with the album Can't Buy a Thrill. The album contained the songs Do It Again and Reeling in the Years, which rose to number 6 and number 11, respectively on the Billboard 100. It would be played often on FM radio in the succeeding years. I don't remember hearing that on the damn radio.
Neither have I.
Steely Dan has had 8 albums reach platinum status on RIAA. Okay, Manic Monday, Eternal Flame, Walk Like an Egyptian.
Oh, shit.
Here comes the smoke out of his ears.
The Bangles.
Very good, because that's number 95.
I had to think for a second. I was like, okay, I know it's a female group, and I was thinking ABBA. I'm like, no, can't be ABBA. And then the Bangles popped in. I was like, oh, yeah, okay.
Spotify followers, 0.7 million. Facebook likes, 0.5 million. Most popular album, Different Light. Led by singer and rhythm guitar player Susanna Hoffs. How's the Hoffs? The Bangles hooked listeners worldwide with their special brand of new wave-inspired pop rock. Okay, pop can work with rock.
Yep.
Their biggest hits include the Billboard 100 Top 5 hits, Hazy Shade of Winter,
Never heard that song from them.
Manic Monday,
Yep.
and In Your Room,
Never heard that one.
as well as 2 chart toppers, Eternal Flame, and the unforgettable Walk Like an Egyptian.
Oh, hell yes. I remember that one.
Although the group reached the height of their success in the 1980s, they are active today and released a Billboard 200 charting album, Sweetheart on the Sun, in 2011.
Since you said Manic Monday,
Yeah,
I think there was also a Cyndi Lauper song, too.
no.
I do remember that. Just another Manic Monday.
No,
I
don't
do
remember.
believe it was Cyndi Lauper that
Look
did
it
that
up,
one as
because
well.
I don't remember Cyndi Lauper doing Manic Monday. But the 200 charting album, Sweetheart of the Sun, I don't ever remember hearing of. Ouch.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm looking it up. 'Cause
Huh?
I do believe I remember hearing Cyndi Lauper singing Just Another Manic Monday.
Well, I know the Bangles, some of their I remember hearing their music growing up in the 80s, and so didn't Cyndi Lauper. The Bangles, their singing was almost maybe the same pitch as Cyndi Lauper, but not. Cyndi Lauper's almost ear-piercing screech at times, where you didn't really need to stab your ears out. That did it for you.
The only thing is, though, I don't remember what album was on or what year,
I don't either.
but I know I heard of it. I know she did it. I just don't know what year or what album it's on.
Okay, while you're looking for that, here's another clue for a different one. Okay, a band's 4 top 10 singles came from their album Breakheart City. Drive, You Might Think, and Magic. And of course, Magic spelled the way I can't stand it. It's a Boston-based band.
Shit, there was a lot of Boston-based bands. Break it down a little
Rick
bit more.
Ocasek
Beats me.
94, The Cars.
Oh, the Cars. The rejected version of the Doors.
Spotify followers 0.9 million. Facebook likes 1.1 million. Most popular album, The Cars. Of course, a freaking album with the title of your goddamn freaking name. The Boston-based band fronted by Rick Ocasek, O-C-A-S-E-K. I know might have butchered it. 2 shots and a fucking half a chug. Was the most successful American new wave group in the 1980s. 5 of their albums were top 10 successes. Their infamous debut album is a 6-time certified platinum record. One of the 5 items to go multi-platinum. 3 of the band's 4 top 10 singles came from their album Breakheart City. Drive, You Might Think, and Magic. You see, number 93. Oh, okay. I don't know if this is a song or if it's a title. Everybody else is doing it, so why can't we? That has to be a fucking album. Which contained the hit singles Linger and Dreams. And the song Roses in 2012. And 2017, Something Else. The Cranberries.
Never listened to them.
Spotify followers 2.1 million. Facebook likes 4.0 million. And everybody else is doing it, so why can't we? That is an album. Which contain, the hit singles that I just mentioned to Paramike, Linger and Dreams. Irish rock group The Cranberries released a string of albums from 1993 to 2001 that collectively sold over 14 million copies in the United States. After a 10-year hiatus, The Cranberries released Roses, 2012, followed by Something Else in 2017. Following lead singer Dolores O'Riordan's untimely death in 2018, the group released In the End, which featured demo vocals recorded by O'Riordan and announced their disbandment. Okay, Cranberries, I do remember hearing, not the singles that was just mentioned, but the Cranberries, remember they came out with a song in the late 80s called Zombie, which is actually the most thing people actually remember with the Cranberries. And there's another one, I can't remember the damn song title, but I know it deals with her trying to wash a dude in a bathtub. I can't remember the damn name of it. Okay, this is 92. Biggest single and album, Dr. Feelgood.
Motley Crue.
Very good. 92, which is number 92. Spotify followers 2.7 million. Facebook likes 4.2 million. And of course, Dr. Feelgood is the popular album. The heavy metal rockers from Los Angeles, whose members include Tommy Lee, Nikki Sixx, and Vince Neil, were famous in their flamboyant showmanship and eardrum busting music, and infamous for their indulgence in sex and drugs, band infighting, and legal problems. Their biggest single and album was Dr. Feelgood, of course. The single reached number 6 on the Billboard Hot 100, and the LP was the band's lone chart topper of the Billboard 200. The self-styled world's most notorious rock band had about 9 top 10 albums on Billboard, and 8 of them have been certified platinum. Okay, album, Super Unknown. And I actually can remember one of the band's song, My Wave. And another one, Spoon Man.
Sorry.
Black Hole Sun.
Creed.
No. Creed didn't do Black Hole Sun. Soundgarden. Chris Cornell.
The late, great Chris Cornell.
Yep. Okay, Spotify followers for Soundgarden, which is at 91, which is number 91 on this list, 2.6 million. Facebook likes 2.8 million. Popular album, Super Unknown. Soundgarden were one of the leaders of the 1990s grunge sound. The Seattle-based band released 4 albums that were certified at least platinum, including including the 5 times platinum Super Unknown. The band was working on new music as recently as 2017, though efforts were interrupted when lead singer Chris Cornell committed suicide on May 17, 2017, and he was best friends with the lead singer of Linkin Park. Okay, this is number 90, California Dreamin', and the popular album If You Can Believe Your Eyes and Ears. I can kind of tell poor Mike may not know this. And number 90, huh?
I'm still trying to find the other thing.
Number 90, the Mamas and the Papas.
That was way before me.
The folksy 4-person pop act that popularized the close harmony, easy listening California sound were often heard on AM radio during the 1960s. The vocal group formed in 1965, and they took off the next year with the hit California Dreamin', which climbed to number 4 on the Billboard Hot 100 in March of 1966. Their debut album, of course, If You Can Believe Your Eyes and Ears, topped the Billboard 200 2 months later. As harmonious as they were while performing, offstage romantic complications created disharmony and the group dissolved. Their brief time in the spotlight ended in 1971. No wonder nobody probably ever heard of them.
Yeah. Okay. Back to Manic Monday.
Yeah,
The Bangles did it.
of course.
And I was correct. 1,000% correct. Cyndi Lauper did it as well.
Okay. Like I said, she probably did. I just don't remember hearing her sing it.
Yeah. I have it right here. I had to look up the song lyrics for it.
Okay,
And
on the
everything.
list.
And it's the same exact one as the Bangles lyrics. Because the Bangles released this one in 1985, and it was pop rock.
Yeah.
And it was kind of funny because, like, I know Cyndi Lauper did it as well, but it doesn't say when she released it.
Okay. Okay, this at number 89. I'm just gonna say the album, because I don't see any song titles. Screaming for Vengeance. And it's an 1882 album. Or 1982. Okay. Take the goth theme from Black Sabbath. And the soaring guitar riffs of Jimmy Page from Led Zeppelin.
Can't be Ozzy.
No.
That's something he would have done.
No shit. If Sharon allowed it.
I have no clue.
Judas Priest.
Oh, okay.
Which Spotify followers 2.1 million. Facebook likes 4.4 million. Let's see. You get Judas Priest, a heavy metal act from Birmingham, England. In the UK, that's way across the pond in the ocean. That developed an almost cult-like following on both sides of the Atlantic. The album, 1982, Screaming for Vengeance, was their most successful in America, rising to number 17 on the Billboard 200, and it went double platinum. 5 of the band's albums have been certified as platinum. And to think, Chris Jericho, Fozzy, and wrestler knows them too.
I don't think I've heard of Judas Priest back in the 80s, but I know I ended up hearing them just like the late 90s into the 2000s. But
Yeah.
it was their newer music, not their old music.
Okay, here's some songs.
But I wasn't really much of a Judas Priest person.
Yeah, but I know when you DJ'd, I know you played a few of their songs when people tipped you $20.
Yeah.
Their song, okay, the songs: Uncle John's Band, Casey Jones, Sugar Magnolia, and Truckin'. The album In the Dark. Okay, Bob Weir and Bill Krasman is in the band, and here is the lead singer, Jerry Garcia.
Ah, shit. Oh, fuck. I can't remember the name. But I've heard of them. I can't remember the goddamn name of the band.
Spotify followers 1.0 million. Facebook likes 2.0 million. And popular album In the Dark.
I can't remember the band name.
Grateful Dead.
Ah, yes.
The bluesy country rockers from San Francisco, The Grateful Dead, and I'm not repeating their names because I just did it for Paramike here. The band became one of the counterculture's poster groups with their legendary jamming sessions during their prolific concert tour schedule and their association with drug use. And the 4 songs that I mentioned, Uncle John's Band, Casey Jones, Sugar Magnolia, and Truckin', continue to receive airplay on classic rock radio stations. 6 albums of the Grateful Dead went platinum. And Paramike's thinking, damn it, I should have remembered that.
It's been such a long time since I heard the name Jerry Garcia.
I know. Okay.
In fact, there's an ice cream named after him anyways.
Okay, popular album, Brothers and Sisters. And I don't really see it. I don't really see any freaking songs. Wait. Rambling Man.
Okay, I've heard that song, but it wasn't by Brothers and Sisters.
Well, that's an album, though.
I know, I'm just saying, it wasn't...
The All Man Brothers Band.
Okay, so I never heard of them.
I
heard Rambling Man as a country song.
Southern Blues Rockers. Members included
that's
Greg and Dwayne Allman and Dickie Betts.
Yeah, that's like way left for me.
Got their start in the early 1970s. They withstood tragedy and division among their members and continue to perform today. The Grammy winner's biggest album, Brothers and Sisters, as I mentioned, went to number 1 in 1973, one of 4 platinum album recordings, and produced the enduring FM standard Ramblin' Man that reached number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100. And looking at the followers and the likes, weren't that great. Spotify followers 0.9 million, Facebook likes 1.4 million. Not very well liked, I don't think.
Yeah, like I said, I don't remember an album called Brothers and Sisters, but that type of music was like way left from me. Because when I heard Rambling Man, it was by a country singer, and I can't remember his name.
No music, but the album, One Nation Under a Grove. I'm getting the look of what the fuck?
What? Who the fuck came up with that?
Funkadelic.
Funkadelic
Yes.
came up with that garbage?
Yes! That was the album.
No wonder every DJ fucking threw their records out the window.
Hold on. Formed in Plainfield, New Jersey in 1968, Funkadelic mixed 60s psychedelia and blues with soul and funk. That's not rock. That's not a rock band. Throwing in some social commentary for good measure. The album, One Nation Under a Groove, or Grove, however you want to fucking pronounce it, whose cover replicated the flag raising at IWO Jimma, was the group's greatest hit, reaching number 16 on the Billboard 200 and was certified platinum in 1978. About a year after Paramike was born. Okay. Album is The Grand Illusion. Song, Lady. From their, a second album, Styx 2. The band Styx.
Styx?
Yeah.
As in STYXX?
Well, STYX.
Okay, then I don't know that
Well,
band.
the likes weren't that great.
I only know the one with the extra X.
Styx, formed in Chicago in the early 1970s, started out as a progressive group before evolving into an arena band that favored soaring guitar riffs and rock ballads. The band, named after the river that flows through the underground in Greek mythology, toured frequently in the early 1970s and built a following. Styx broke through with, of course, the song I mentioned to Paramike, Lady, from their second album, Styx 2, in 1973, climbing to number 6 on Billboard, becoming the first of their 8 top 10 hits. They've also had 5 albums reach the top 10 on the Billboard 200, and 6 LPs have gone platinum. Paramike could care less. Okay, the album, Under the Table and Dreaming. The song, So Much to Say. They also released, released 30 albums. Music, eclectic mix of pop, jazz, funk, and rock. Sometimes, or oftentimes with a jam band-like approach. won Best Rock Performance Grammy in 1996 for the song So Much to Say.
I got nothing.
Dave Matthews Band. He's played that at DJ gigs, and he got.
I never liked that group.
No, but if someone paid you $10,
I just had to suffer with it for playing with it.
Yeah, but you didn't complain because a lot of people that wanted to hear their music was like giving you $5-10 per song.
I know, and I had to suffer with it, and I had a migraine headache from hell and a nightmare. I didn't like the band. They were goofy.
Let's see.
And with all the ones that she just said about their band, I don't listen to all that shit in one side. Sorry.
Okay, hugely successful on a commercial level, selling more than 34 million albums in the U.S. alone. I just mentioned quite a bit for Paramount to try to remember. Okay, number 83, best-selling album, Tragic Kingdom, which was released October 1995.
I wouldn't know that one then.
Huh?
That one I wouldn't know. I was in high school
Alright,
still.
lead singer, Gwen Stefani.
No doubt?
Yes.
Okay.
Spotify followers, 1.6 million. Facebook likes 3.3 million. We're busy. No
That's our
doubt
little
blended
one.
influences such as rock, punk, and reggae to become one of the most popular groups of the 1990s. The band's best-selling album, Tragic Kingdom, was again released October 1995. The album peaked at number 1 on the Billboard 200 in December 1996 and has since gone on to sell over 10 million units. I cannot believe units is put in for over 10 million copies. In the US. Am I the only one that thinks 10 million copies is better than 10 million units?
Units would be like overseas.
Not only that, units is also a guy's shit.
I'm not touching that one. But no, units is like either overseas or up in Canada. Here in America, it's copies. Who the fuck wrote that one?
I don't know.
Moron.
Okay, popular album Toulouse Street. Toulouse. I know I probably butchered it with Toulouse. Let's see. Music hits Listen to the Music, China Grove, What a Fool Believes, Black Water.
Ah, crap. I used to know that one, and then now I don't remember. It's been way too long.
At 82, it's the Doobie Brothers.
Oh. Well, if you put in the pot smokers, I would have already gotten it. The Doobie Brothers!
Well, it's actually Doobie.
Yeah.
Okay. Spotify followers, 1.3 million. Facebook likes, 1.6 million. So I don't think people really...
I don't think anybody remembers them anymore.
The Doobie Brothers, featuring vocalist Michael McDonald, began as a mellow pop rock act in the 1970s that evolved into a more soulful sounding group. Please allow me to throw up. The California-based ensemble, amassed by, of course, the hits I mentioned, Listen to the Music, China Grove, What a Fool Believes, and Black Water. The latter two went to number 1. 7 of the band's albums have gone platinum, and their biggest success, Best of the Doobies, went platinum 10 times. So that would be, let's see, if you go platinum more than twice, it's multi.
Yeah. Or universally.
Okay. Popular album, Pearl. Number 1 hit, Me and Bobby McGee.
No fucking clue.
Okay.
I've never heard of that.
Janis Joplin
Okay, I've no heard.
/ Big Brother and the Holding Company.
Well, I know of Janis Joplin, but I've never heard of that before. Especially being a DJ, I'd never heard of that.
Okay.
I never heard of Janis Joplin, and there was another title to it.
Janis Joplin's meteoric career was cut short by a fatal heroin overdose in 1970 when she was 27. The Texas native was greatly influenced by blues singer Bessie Smith.
What the hell just happened?
Son of her.
Holy
Bessie
crap. I expect that out of our little one here after having his moo-moo, but damn! But speaking of that, I have to go give him his moo-moo, so I'll be right back.
crafted by a memorable blues-driven resume that resonates to this day. Joplin's group Big Brother and the Holding Company came out of the drug-infused free love scene of San Francisco and rose to fame during the Montgomery Pop Festival. Joplin's lone number one, Me and Bobby McGee, topped the Billboard Hot 100 after she died. And the Spotify followers is 2.2 million. The Facebook likes is 7.3 million. Taking a quick sip of my soda here. So how's everybody doing out there? Everyone staying safe? Let's see. Okay. Popular album, Icon, Greatest Hits. A Grammy winner in 1976. Albums, Live Bullet and Night Moves.
Okay, I've heard the song Night Moves.
Chart topper Shakedown in 1987.
Damn it.
He's trying to remember, guys.
I know I heard the song Night Moves, and it's done by a male and a female, I think.
I don't think so.
I've heard it. I have heard the song Night Moves, because I heard a female in it, but I can't remember the damn band. Shit!
Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band. The raspy-voiced Detroit rocker, well, he's from Detroit, an unofficial spokesman for the American Heartland, has recorded 13 platinum albums, 7 of them consecutively. The Grammy winner, 1976, with the release of the albums Live Bullet and Night Moves, so they were albums.
Yeah, I heard Night Moves. It's also a song.
His tours with the Silver Bullet Band and songs about the ruggedness and solitude of the West, as well as ballads about small-town America, garnered critics and fan approval. The durable Seeger has had 7 top 10 singles, which included the chart topper Shakedown in 1987.
Never heard of Shakedown, but I've heard of Night Moves, and there's another one, Margaritaville. That was also done by Bob Seger.
Hang on.
I think I confused our little milk ball
You might have.
due to the fact that his normal milk bowl that he
Uh-huh.
has is usually what we get for like teriyaki or spare ribs or whatever.
Yeah.
And it got so dirty when it was out, so I had to give him a new bowl,
Okay.
which is going to confuse him. Because it's excuse me, it's the excuse me, damn it, it's the bowl that we normally use for the garlic bread
Yeah.
to split between us. So I gave him that into him, and it has that red cover, like this.
Yeah.
So I think I kind of confused him.
Might have, yeah.
So if he comes back in here and he starts meowing up a storm, that's him being pissed.
Oh well. Popular album, Aqualung. Let's see. Thick as a Brick. That's what he said.
That's what she enjoyed.
And his partner also enjoyed. And A Passion Play. Those are the 2 songs.
I don't know those songs. I don't think I've ever played them in
Okay.
radio or DJing.
Okay. The band's led by impish flutist Ian Anderson, Jethro Tull. Was a hard to classify. Apparently, that's probably why my pair of mics just like went blank. British band, English folk music, prog rock. The fuck is prog rock?
Beats the fuck out of me, that's for sure.
Blues.
That's not even a language we use in radio.
Blues that was heard frequently on FM radio during the 1970s and 1980s. The group, which took its name from an English inventor/farmer, had little success as a singles group.
E-A-E-I-O, they died.
However, the band had 7 top 10 LPs on Billboard, including the number 1, Thick as a Brick. That's what he said with his partner.
That's what she enjoyed.
And A Passion Play. Their top-selling album, Aqualung, went platinum 3 times. Okay, popular album, Countdown to Extinction. And album, Killing Is My Business, and Business Is Good, which is also another album. It's actually a debut album. A debut album that came out in 1985. Led by original Metallica member Dave Mustaine.
Who the hell is Dave Mustaine?
I don't know.
'Cause the only person I know of Metallica is,
James Hetfield,
Yeah.
Lars.
yeah.
Dave Mustaine, he might be maybe a former guitar player. Because, Lars, he's like a bass guitarist. He's like a bass electric. But let's see. Yeah, I think he was a guitar player. Because I'm actually seeing like 3 guys with a freaking guitar. Okay. Led by original Metallica member Dave Mustaine, LA rockers Megadeth are a pivotal thrash metal band. The group began forming their brand of fast and technical guitar-driven rock in the early 1980s. And released their debut album, Killing Is My Business, and Business Is Good, in 1985. They've released 5 albums that have been certified at least platinum and are still active today. Okay, original Metallica member Dave Mustaine, he has to be an old guitar player.
Lead guitar, backing vocals from 82 to 83.
Well, we know James Hetfield was always the main vocal.
Main lead vocal, rhythmic guitar from 81 to now. Kirk Hammett,
Okay.
lead guitar, backing vocals from 83 to the present. Robert Trujillo,
Okay.
bass, backing vocal 2003 to present. And Lars Ulrich, drums. Former members was Dave Mustaine,
Yeah.
Ron McGovney, Cliff Burton, and James Newsted.
Yeah.
Session touring member Bob Rock. And he was from 2001 to 2003. That's why I never heard of Dave Mustaine being a lead guitar.
Me neither.
Or being even in Metallica. So that kind of threw me off.
Okay. Popular album, Melancholy and Infinite Sadness.
Huh?
Okay. Band peaks popularity in the 1990s. Lead singer Billy Corgan.
Never heard of him.
Okay. Releases include 4-time platinum Siamese Dream.
Never heard of it.
Smashing Pumpkins.
The one hit wonders?
Apparently they were one hit. Brooding Rockers, the Smashing Pumpkins, are one of the most distinct sounding bands in alternative rock, thanks to part to lead singer Billy Corgan's expressive vocals. While the band peaked popularity in 1990s, with the releases again including 4-time platinum Siamese Dream and certified diamond Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness, they have continued to play live and release new music. Spotify followers 2.8 million. Facebook likes 3.9 million.
My chart? 0 million.
Popular album Jailbreak.
AC/DC.
No.
What?
Okay, here's a song. The Boys Are Back in Town.
Oh shit.
Okay, vocal.
Billy Joel.
No.
What?
Soulful voice. Okay, the singer Phil Lynott, or Lynott, however you want to pronounce his last name. LyntNOTT. Sorry. Guitar work Brian Robertson and Scott Gorham.
The only boys back in town I know of is Billy Joel.
Thin Lizzy.
What? The
That's
fuck?
the band name, Thin Lizzy.
I don't think I've ever heard a radio station play them.
The Irish group Thin Lizzy powered its way onto American FM stations in the 1970s with the song Boys Are Back in Town,
Okay,
as
so that's before my
homage to
time.
working class lads cutting loose that rose to number 12 on the Billboard Hot 100. The song was on the band's gold album Jailbreak, which rose to number 18 on the Billboard 200.
No wonder I never heard of them.
Spotify followers 799,423.
Must have been all crippled people.
Facebook likes 4,235,809. Let's see. Taking a quick sip here on my soda. Pepsi, which is far better than Coke. Okay. Number 75 on the list. Not gonna say the name, because Mike's doing this guessing game here. Popular album, Surrealistic Pillow. Another album, Crown of Creation. Somebody to Love and White Rabbit are 2 songs. The vocalists, Grace Slick and Marty Bellin, or Ballin, however you want to pronounce it. Guitar, Jorma
Forget it.
Kakkonen. Huh?
Forget it.
Jefferson Airplane.
Never heard of them. And that's the honest truth.
Was the first of the San Francisco-based psychedelic groups to gain nationwide recognition. Apparently not really, since Paramike never heard of them. They were seen as avatars of the counterculture of the 1960s. The band played all of the big outdoor concerts of the era. Monterey, Altamont, and most famously, Woodstock.
That was way before my time. That was all the stoners years.
The
And
albums Chronic Creation and Surrealistic Pillow were top 10 hits on the Billboard 200, and the band had 2 singles reach the top 10 on Billboard's Hot 100, Somebody to Love and White Rabbit. Okay, popular album, Combat Rock.
Okay.
London Calling was a breakthrough album. It's a British band, of course.
Oh, go figure.
But London Calling was their breakthrough album in the U.S.
What year in the U.S.?
Doesn't say.
Oh, go figure.
Hang on. Biggest album, Combat Rock, rose to number 7 in 1983.
Wouldn't know.
The Clash.
Never listened to them.
Once dubbed the only band that mattered, the Marxism
It's not even a word.
espousing British band helped legitimize punk music in the late 1970s. Again, London Calling, their breakthrough album in the United States, went to number 27 on the Billboard 200. The album also went platinum and is considered one of the most influential records in rock history. The Grammy winner's biggest album, Combat Rock, which rose to number 7, again, 1983. Paramike could care less.
Literally. Because I've never heard of it.
Okay. Popular album, Two Lungs. Single, or a single, Dog Days Are Over. Another debut album, Lungs. The band's music was also heard on TV shows such as Gossip Girl and Glee.
2 shows I never watched.
3 top 10 albums on Billboard, including their lone number 1, How Big, How Blue, How Beautiful, 2015. I never heard of that shit.
Neither have I, so just say the name.
Florence and the Machine.
Definitely never fucking heard of that group.
British group from London, formed by, of course, Florence Welsh and Isabella Summers in 2007. Synthesizing pop, English folk, and alternative rock. 6-time Grammy nominees broke through with their single, again, Dog Days Are Over. Second single, 2009 album, Lungs. The song rose to number 21 on the Billboard Hot 100. Again, heard on the 2 shows. Group has had 3 top 10 albums on Billboard, including their lone number 1 of 2015. The Spotify followers, 5.2 million. And Facebook likes are 5.4 million.
Old crippled, detated people.
Okay. Popular album, Smash.
It's probably what happened to the album was smashed.
Hang on. Sold nearly 17 million albums in the US alone.
Okay.
Okay, another hint. Edge had them as entrance once.
Oh, Alter Bridge.
No.
Well, it's not Rob Zombie.
Well, he had Rob Zombie and he had Alter Bridge. Alter
Right.
Bridge was like the latest band he had, but
Yeah,
there
it was like the
another
only
one.
2.
The Offspring?
He never had the Offspring.
You mentioned that he did once.
Yeah, maybe from another company that's not on TV, but he only had, Rob Zombie and Alter Bridge on TV, and that was it.
Well, actually, the first time before he became tag team with Christian, because Edge went into WWE before Christian. He was doing singles himself, but he had Offspring as as his first entrance
Don't remember
of that
it.
era.
Don't remember that at all. Because when we first saw Edge and Christian, it was with Gangrel when Edge was first shown.
Well, Edge had a singles match with Owen, not Brett, but Owen.
Owen Hart, yeah.
He
Don't
also
remember
had
that.
a match with Sable, where he tagged with her. I know that match ain't rememberable.
No, it's not.
Pop punk band The Offspring, again, sold nearly 17 million albums in the US alone. Among their releases are 8 albums that appeared on the Billboard 200 albums chart. The band's most popular release in the US is Smash, which has been certified 6-time platinum. At the time of its release, the record was the top-selling album ever to be released on an independent label. So they weren't really that shitty.
Well, I don't remember them ever doing Smash nor Edge having them as an entrance theme. But the only song I know from The Offspring was Pretty Fly for a White Guy. That's the only thing I remember from them.
For some reason, I don't know why any of the music ain't it. Music titles aren't in it.
Yeah, because that's the only one I know from The Offspring. It's Pretty Fly for a White Guy. But Edge using it? No.
Spotify followers, 3.6 million. Facebook likes 5.9 million. Number 71, the album Dreamboat Annie. Hold on. Hit songs. Barracuda and Crazy on You.
Oh, shit. That's a female.
And the band was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2013.
I know it's a female.
Uh-huh. I'll give you a hint. It's an all-female group.
Yeah, I know it is. Shit. Venus.
No.
Well, it's not Lori Branigan.
No.
It's definitely not ABBA.
No.
It's not the Bangles.
They're sisters.
They're sisters?
Anne and Nancy Wilson.
Oh, shit. It's their last names that they became a band. Wilson Phillips.
Nope.
What?
Heart.
Get the fuck out.
Nope. Had an
Heart?
Hold on. Had an album chart on the Billboard 200 in every decade since their release of their debut album Dreamboat Annie in 1976, which peaked at number 7. The Seattle rock group that had its roots in Vancouver, Canada, whose guitar-heavy hits include Barracuda and Crazy on You, sold more than 25 million albums in the US alone, and again inducted in 2013 Hall of Fame, Rock Hall of Fame.
Holy crap. I've heard of Barracuda, but when you said Wilsons and they were sisters, I was thinking, the group Wilson Phillips.
Yeah.
Because there's 2 of them are sisters in that one.
Yeah.
I would have never thought it was Heart.
Okay, number 70, popular album, a new world record, and a hit song, Don't Bring Me Down, came out in 1979.
Okay, I know most of the lyrics of that song.
The innovator or song leader or rock or band leader, Jeff Lynne.
Damn it.
Came
I know
out
the
in the
song.
post-Beatles era of the early 1970s.
Okay, so that was before my time. But I know the song.
Okay.
I know some of the lyrics, but I can't remember the name.
Electric Light Orchestra. But the British group, also called ELO.
That's the one I was trying to think of.
Yeah, ELO is short for Electric Light Orchestra. Posted 7 top 10 hits, including the Don't Bring Me Down, 79, which went to number 4. 5 of their albums have gone platinum.
I didn't hear
Okay,
Bring Me Down
number
until
69.
mid-90s.
Popular album, Rage Against the Machine. Another album, Evil Empire and the Battle of Los Angeles. Another album, Renegades in 2000.
Okay, that stumped me.
Rage Against the Machine is the band. Okay. Grammy winners Rage Against the Machine are among the most successful acts blending hip-hop does not belong in rock, I'm sorry, and rap to rise to fame during the 1990s. The band's Fury brand of politically charged rock has led to 9 million certified record sales in the United States and 2 Billboard 200 chart-topping albums, Evil Empire and The Battle of Los Angeles. Despite all their success and numerous reunion performances since the early 2000s, the group has not released a studio album since their album of covers Renegades in 2000. Okay, popular album Riot.
Don't know.
The band was also featured or the music was featured in video games Rock Band 2 and Guitar Hero World Tour. And the singer is also into the teenage vampire movie Twilight, which I want to throw up at. The lead singer is Hayley Williams, and the band formed in 2004.
I have no clue.
Paramore.
Paramore.
Yeah.
It sounds, just the name of the band sounds more kind of like trying to be in the gothic stage,
That's actually who she is.
but more punk rock, which was garbage.
Well, I think that's where I think somebody in EFW was actually listening to something of from Paramore. And that's where Smokey Jim got my name from. Not the Paramore, but Paralore.
Yeah. Just dropping the I or the E.
Yeah.
And just go LOR. Yeah. That's how I came up with it for the show.
I know. Well, I've wrestled with it, so why not have it on here?
Exactly. Now just listen to that, now I'm hungry.
Sorry. The group has sent 11 songs to the Hot 100, including the top 10 hit Ain't No Fun. The band has released 3 albums that have gone at least platinum. At least?
3? That's it? Obviously they sucked.
Riot, Brand New Eyes, and of course, Paramore. That's about it.
In other words, they sucked.
To be honest, she was more trying to act like she was Amy Lee, but came nowhere near.
Or the chick from Lacuna Coil.
Yeah, I forget her name too.
Christina.
Yeah. Popular album Fresh Cream. That's what he got from his partner.
And that's what she got sprayed on her tramp stamp and her face.
Okay, top 10 hits, or 2 top 10 hits, Sunshine of Your Love and White Room.
I'm sorry, did you just throw a brick wall at me?
No.
Yeah, I think you did.
Okay, it's composed of a drummer, Ginger Baker, bassist and vocalist, Jack Bruce, and guitarist, Eric Clapton.
Like I said, you threw a fucking brick wall at me.
Well, the popular album says Fresh Cream,
Like I
but
said.
the band's name's actually Cream.
That's it, folks.
That's a cream that freaking his partner did not want.
That's it, folks. This has been the show. I've been Paramike. And sitting over there laughing is Paralore. It's time for dinner. It's 8 o'clock at night.
We'll continue the rest, episode 23 in,
Couple of
today's,
days.
what, Monday?
Yep.
Yeah, but either Wednesday or Thursday, the latest, episode 24 we'll be doing.
23.
Whatever.
Bye-bye.
Bye.